Two wild Yinzers kicking through the door, loud like a jag-off at a pins game fight. Brace yourself, this ride ain't polite. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud, heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Tales from the burg with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud, heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. From the bug with a hint of mayhem. Pierogi powered, nothing can constrain them. Knocking back stories like an icy cold brew. You never know what these two might spew. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud, heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice. Rivers collide where the laughs always flow. Black and gold thunder everywhere they go. The madcap kings breaking every mold. With two Dum Yinzers, the stories don't get old. Two Dum Yinzers, loud and proud, heads in the clouds, voices in the crowd. Chaos brewing, they don't play nice. Hold on to your iron and grab your prime anti-slice.
Hola, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back to the show. This is episode 985 of the Two Dum Yinzers. I want to say to everybody today, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back to the show. Great to see everybody. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you may be. Welcome to the show. Michael, how are you, man?
My camera works today, so we got that going for us. I slept in, so this might actually be in our favor. I'm wound up, I'm fired up, I'm ready to go, brother. I'm ready to talk some Steelers football, baby.
Yeah, well, it's great to be back, everybody. I'm glad.
No, I said hump everything. What? Too much.
I'm glad it's hump day, everybody. I'm glad to see everybody back on this hump day. We're getting there, and I got to be honest with you, Mike. We are just, I don't know if I'm getting outside noise. I'm getting some kind of noise. I don't know if it's from my console or from outside. But, Mike, we're less than 2 weeks away from July. If you can believe this, today is the 17th of June, which means in 2 weeks it'll be July, which means we'll be saying there's going to be football camp this month. If you can believe that, guys. Everybody, welcome back to the show. This is episode 985. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Great to see us today. Let me jump on the board bright and early. I see some familiar faces. I'm going to start with my man, Aaron Jade. Aaron Jade with the Rockets. Always great seeing Aaron kicking things off with the Rockets. My man, hope everything is going well for you. And guess what? In a couple of weeks, we're going to be saying that we have football camp this month. Again, if you could even believe it. I do want to say what's up to Just Learning. Says first on homies. My man, Just Learning. Always great seeing Just Learning all the way from 69, New Mexico. My man, always good seeing you on a terrible board. Welcome back to the show. Also, I do want to say what's up to Tortilla. Tortilla said he ripped his pants at work. Tortilla, of course, is all the way out in Sacramento, California. Ripped his pants at work. Have you ever shit your pants at work, Tortilla? I just have to ask you that because I have. I have shit my pants at work. I was totally sick. It's some kind of stomach virus, and I thought that I had to throw up, and I did have to throw up. My stomach was so fucked up when I went into the restroom to throw up. When I exerted that energy, Mike, to puke, it blew shit out of the backside of me as throw up shot out the front side of me. It was a fucking nightmare. I was probably in my 30s. So it isn't like this was a long time ago, Mike. And I had to sneak my underbritches out and put them in a bag and get them to the dumpster. And anyway, I probably shouldn't have been to work that day, but there you go. Hopefully that made you feel a little bit better, Tortilla. I know it doesn't make me feel much better, but there you go.
I don't know if it makes anyone else feel much better right now either.
Welcome back. Also, Just Learning says Rogers has a fake wife. You know what? It could possibly be. Nobody still has seen her till this day that I know of, at least. I also do want to get back to Tortilla real quick here. Tortilla says this. He says, yeah, the urinal, I pushed too hard trying to piss, and you could probably guess. That's pretty much how it was for me too, man. You know. It's definitely nothing that you're thinking about doing when you're in your 20s and 30s, but sometimes it happens.
You know, these things happen sometimes. You know, the old SAS valve in the O-ring can't hold back all the pressure.
Yeah, man. I was it was, again, I shouldn't have been there. I have dozens of shit stories from when I have stomach issues or stomach viruses. You could recall, Mike, you know what? I'm not going to get into it right now, to be honest. A lot to get into today. So much to get into. Welcome back. Go ahead. You look like you had something to say. I'm sorry, Mike.
No, man. I could sit here and talk shit stories all day long. I'll sit here and listen to them. I got nothing better to do.
Like when I went to the emergency room because they made me shit in that hat. And then when I shit on my buddy's back porch because he wouldn't let me in the house. I got shit stories for weeks. I really, truly, honestly do. Let me move along on the board, though. Let's go to my man Tyrone. Always great seeing my good friend Tyrone in the house on the board. Hope things are going good for you, brother. Tyrone in the house. JPJ is the GOAT. And I always dispute that, Mike, because I believe that Tyrone is the GOAT. But you know what? He keeps challenging me on it, so. Let's go down to Just Learning. He says trade. I'm sorry, Yinzer Joe, my man. Sorry, I didn't mean to jump over you, brother. He says this is the original OG Yinzer Joe. Says trade JPJ. LOL was
man,
my man. Always great to see Yinzer Joe in the house. Let's go to Just Learning. Just Learning says trade JPJ. LOL. I do want to say what's up to B Headits. B Headits 999. He says, can you shout out my brother? It's his birthday. His name is Alcoholic. Absolutely. Happy birthday, Alcoholic. Hope you have a great day.
It's not my birthday yet, man. We got a couple more months. You said alcoholic.
Hopefully things go well for you. Hopefully you don't shit yourself on this birthday. But there you go. Happy birthday to Alcoholic. I do want to say welcome to the show as well. Great to see you on the board. Tortilla says the Strait of Hormuz is blocked. We can't trade JPJ. Of course, Tortilla is staying in the news. All kind of things going on over there in the Strait of Hormuz. Let's go here to Just Learning. Friday, the movie Carping in the Yard. Friday, okay. Cool. Robert, my man, he says this JPJ ain't going anywhere, and I agree with you. I agree with you 100%. I'm sorry, Tyrone confirms this as well. He says, talk to them, Robert. We notice. Anything could happen. I guess you're right. Anything can happen. We got a lot to get into today, as a matter of fact, guys, with our Steelers. As again, 2 weeks, Mike, we're going to be 2 weeks from now saying that we have camp this month. I just can remember when we were waiting for the draft and it was March. We're like, okay, we got next month in April.
Yeah.
We'll be saying this month is the draft, of course. And here we are, Mike. April, May, June, July. We're almost there. So, guys, we're getting there slowly but surely. But, Mike, there's a lot of things going on. This week we do have Juneteenth on Friday. We have Father's Day on Sunday. We have the start of summer officially this weekend. All kind of things. And also, Mike, just a few, not too long, about maybe a couple weeks till the 4th of July. For the big 250th celebration of the country. So many things, Mike, but also, I think the biggest that you would agree with, I think for sure, Mike, that we do have the big 1000th show on July 5th, right here, the milestone show for the two Dum Yinzers, Mike. It'll be 5-year anniversary, and it'll also be the 1000th show. So lots of big stuff coming down the pike as we do patiently await our Pittsburgh Steelers getting back at it, Mike, at the latter part of July. I think it's going to come. I think it's going to come fast, to be honest, because it's gone fast this long. And I got to say thank you to everybody that stuck it out with us. We do this all year long. We never stop talking Steelers. It just doesn't happen. You won't see it happen. You haven't seen it in the last 5 years, and you won't see it anytime moving forward. We will continue to talk Steelers all year round, baby. It is what we do. And I do, again, want to thank everybody for sticking it out with us, because I know that, May, June, July, it isn't the most people ain't thinking football for the most part. But you know what Steeler Nation is? Steeler Nation always thinks football, Mike. I don't care if it's January. I don't care if it's May. I don't care if it's July. It doesn't matter. Steeler Nation always up for some good football conversation when it comes time for the black and the gold. And we thank you guys for every moment for being there.
Yeah, you guys are the best sticking it out during the down times of the year. But this is what makes I won't say what makes us special. It makes you guys special too, because we're not just here talking Steelers. We're here talking, starting off the show. Let's talk about shitting ourselves, pissing ourselves. You guys make it fun by entertaining our nonsensical stories, and then you guys up the ante by topping them with your own. Man, you guys make the off season so much fun, because if it wasn't for you guys, my God, this month or these couple months from the draft to training camp, it would be such a downtime. But now you guys are, God damn it, Tortilla, I just saw your comment. You guys are the best, man. You guys make this part of the year the best.
And also, guys, before we get started, we do want to recognize that it is Gay Pride Month. And with Gay Pride Month comes, of course, a bit on the show as well. We will not pass the opportunity to do this, Mike. And I do just want to listen, I'm not going to stretch this out. I know some people like it, some people don't, but this is what we're going to do. Mike, I just have to release the results for the day as I'm tallying them up, as we did put Mike in Derpy. We put Vanilla Thunder in Derpy on a gay dating site to see which one of our crewmen could get more dude ass this Gay Pride Month, Mike. And I do have some up to the minute results. And here's what we're going to do. I'm just going to continuing to keep track all the way through June, see what it plays out like at the end. But I got to be honest with you, it's a lot closer than I anticipated today, Mike. Let's get you these results. As far as views go, you have 83 views at the moment, and Derpy has 82 views at the moment. And also, Mike, in likes, you have 26 likes. You only gained 1 like since yesterday. Derpy gained 2. He has 27 likes. Mike, you were up 1 in the views. Derpy is up 1 in the likes. So there you go. Vanilla Thunder, Derpy having at it to see who could pull more man ass this Gay Pride Month. Mike, it's really close. It's neck and neck. And I'm going to be honest with you. If I was on the board, I would be setting up bets, trying to figure out ways to win money, because this is coming down to the buzzer. I couldn't believe, Mike, at this point it would be this close. I thought one of you would start pulling away. But at this point, Mike, again, 83 to 82 on the views. And again, 27 to 26 Derpy on the likes.
I see. Okay, here I need to do some work. I need to get down into the nitty gritty. I need to get down into the mud, as they would say. I need to play.
You need to get out in the backyard and play.
I got to get out in the backyard. I need some. I need a hard thrust here at the end. Some good push to get me over the top, to get me to the finish line. I might have to take over my profile here. I cannot lose.
No, taking over. That's unfair. I got it. I have it perfectly, fairly set up for both of you.
I there's got to be questions on there that I can answer to help boost my profile.
Exactly, but so can Derpy, but he won't, because he's noticeably slower. And again, I don't want one person to have an advantage. That's why I took the liberty of doing both of the profiles. I'm monitoring them. They're being ran fairly. So again, at the end of the day, Mike, it's neck and neck with just 13 days to go. Again, I don't want to go all afternoon on this, but that is the results, guys. We will check in tomorrow to see how they're coming along. Mike, again, you started off fast. Derpy came along, so I would get on some bets. If I was on this board, I would be getting I'd be making some money. That's all I gotta say. But there you go. We'll get back at it tomorrow to see how things look on Thursday. This is hump day. This is the Two Dum Yinzers. This is episode 985. Let's get at it, baby. Mike, the Pittsburgh Pirates finally get back in the winning column after the game against the A's last night. The Pirates come back to win 6-5. They even the series out 1 and one apiece with the A's. Mike, they'll be playing tonight in the rubber match at 9:40 game. That is against Oakland at Sacramento, I do believe, as they wrap up their series with the A's tonight. So if the Pirates could get this win, you're going to start feeling, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this team, because right now, Mike, they did with this win, they did get back to 500, making their record 37-37 overall. But at the end of the day, it just, I feel the free fall happening. I felt this free fall for 35 years with the Pirates.
Yep.
It's a very similar feeling, very recognizable. And it, to me, feels like the Pirates are on their free fall. And let's see if they can get this win tonight against the A's.
Yeah, let's see if they can get it. But, this is typical Buccos, baby. They will hold your attention. They will grab hold of your imagination to make you think, hey, man, if this happens, the Buccos can go a long, long way and do something. And then they do this. They crush your hopes and dreams. We should be used to this by now.
I am. My hopes and dreams have been crushed since day one. I'm no stranger to this category, but that's neither here nor there, Mike. Let's get into the Pittsburgh Steelers, shall we?
Let's do this.
Mike, the Pittsburgh Steelers wrapping up their Mike McCarthy rookie school. Mike, this wraps up today. The rookies will be able to go home and spend some time and enjoy some time with their family after today. But we do have a little over a month. We have a month and about 10 days till camp starts. And again, Mike, 2 weeks from now, we are going to be able to say we have football camp this month. So it's all coming so fast. The Steelers, they do start to show up at camp, Mike, on the 28th of July. They start practice on the 29th. On August 3rd, it's their first day of full pads with pads at practice. The 8th is their Saturday Night Lights game, which got moved from Friday nights to Saturday nights under Coach McCarthy. And they wrap up preseason. I'm sorry, not preseason, but football camp on the 17th of August. And then, of course, that will coincide with preseason football. And we will be on our way, at this point. Say what you want, Mike. We'll be well on our way, because once you're playing preseason football, you're just weeks out from regular season. And I got to be honest with you, I'm feeling it probably. You know what? I get yancy every year. I do. I get giddy. I get excitable. I get ready for my Steelers. But so much that happened during this offseason, I can't help but say that this is one of the more excited I feel about heading towards camp and preseason, and of course kicking off in September.
Oh, me too. Just because the amount of change that we have seen so far from the Steelers this year, and this, the continued aggressiveness of the Con Weedle front office of going out not only in free agency and getting your guy, but in the draft going out and getting your guys. They weren't afraid to move up and down the board this last draft. Actually, just move up the board to go get people that they wanted. I love this offseason. I can't wait for pads, man. You said when August 3rd's the first padded practice, I think,
yes.
3rd or 4th. Yeah, so I can't wait, man. It's it needs to get here now. I'm getting antsy. Vanilla Thunder the other day, he was pacing around saying people need to hit people. So yeah, it's time, boys. It's time.
It's time. You know what else it's time for? It's time to get back to the board to say what's up to everybody walking in the door. Glad to see everybody today. Again, this is Hump Day. This is June 17. We're less than 2 weeks away from July. And you know what July means in football season. So we're right there, guys. The Yinzer Joe says this. He says anything could happen, and it sure can. It sure can. Tyrone says 24 is him. Pay him whatever he demands. Let's get down here to just learning. Carping in the yard. Gotcha. I think this is fishing. I think as I'm continuing to look down the board, I'll jump back on this in just a second. Tortilla says Paul Skeens will get traded before JPJ. We got him for a few more years. Let's go here to Squeege. What's up? Always great seeing Squeege on the board, fellas. He says, Mike, you know who it was the other day? I was trying to think. It was Sticky B.
Yeah, Sticky B. Yes.
I was trying to think of the name of the gentleman that is here with us during the regular season. What you know about Sticky B?
That's exactly. We couldn't remember the saying. We were trying to remember it.
Yes. Okay, carp fit. Okay, I thought just learning had a bunch of carp fit. Yeah, so I'm still confused. I don't know what's going on with what just learning is doing. If anybody could help, Mike, if you could help, if anybody can figure out what just learning got going on in New Mexico, I'm all about it. I am all about it. I'd like to talk about it. I'm just not sure what craping is. But I will continue on, see how this does turn out. Squeech says, I overheard someone discussing next year's cap, and supposedly Pittsburgh is expected to have $2 million in cap space. I could be wrong. That's just what I heard. I know right now, Mike, that the Steelers do. The Steelers do have the lowest cap space at this point. Let me see if I can find my note here real quick. Maybe, possibly, Steelers enter summer with the NFL's lowest cap space total in the league.
Yeah, right now we're 3.1. Going into next year, we're at 6 million in cap space. That sounds bad till you look at like the Ravens are 64 million over, the Texans and the Bills are 35 over, Chiefs 16 over, 49ers $34 million over on the cap. That stuff's easily fixable, man. We free up $20 million just by letting Jalen Ramsey walk. So it's fine. It's fine. Next year's cap will be fine.
Yeah, I'm not really concerned.
Yeah.
I got trust in them. Let's go right here to Robert. Robert says, hey, what's up, dude? He says, a few less beers last night, but damn, they were sure good. Up the push-ups today to 200 and pain-free. Look at you go. Look at you, man. Great for you.
It's awesome, dude.
Glad you're enjoying your beer. I'm glad the push-up. Look at you. Just Learning says, I wish. Tortilla says, when you're special, you always have downtime. Of course.
Jesus Christ. That still gets me. I read it earlier. I heard it now. It still tickles me.
Robert says the only way Skeen stays if the Bucks put in the salary cap. I mean, we have him for 3 more years, until 29. So I'm not even concerned. If we have 3 terrible seasons between now and then, I'm not going to give 2 shits. If we can stay competitive and prove that he belongs here and should be here for competitive reasons, that's when I will start really pushing that. But as of right now, we got 3 years left on this, and if we shit the bed, then I'll be more than happy to see him down the road. Because again, I don't want him to fuck up his whole career because he's a Pirate. But again, if he can help the Pirates win, I'm all aboard. So we'll take these next 3 years to either watch it all fall apart, which is totally a possibility, or see if anything can happen. Let's get back right here to Tortilla. Tortilla says Aunt Peaches is cheating for Derby. And the fun thing about this is, like, it shows the guys on this website, like, you see who's viewing you and you see who's liking you. And I don't I don't know. It's a whole thing, believe me. So it isn't like Derpy's aunt could be on. Like, these are people. These are true people with true profiles and ages and everything else. So again, we will be following this closely here for the next 2 weeks to see Mike who wins this July's Gay Pride ass pulling competition, I guess you could call it.
I'm kind of disappointed that I am not running away with this, but like Mark Malone said, I think it was Mark Malone or RB said, Derpy does look easy.
Well, Derpy's got that, Mike. He's got the youth. You know what I mean? He has that whole thing going on, and he's got his little Superman costume, and that has to help.
I know he looks like he'd be down to. He looks like he'd be more. I don't want to say manipulative, but open to suggestion. There we go. Open to suggestion.
I don't know. There's just a lot of suggestions to both he is. I got to be honest with you, between both of the profiles. And again, we will pull out the best ones when it's all said and done. Yeah. So that's what it's looking like.
Derpy can be out there making people feel good and happy, and he's just nowhere to be found.
Yeah. No, hey, like I said, they take their summer break serious, and they do all the things that they don't get to do apparently when we're stealing all their time here on the show. But hey, it all comes around when it comes around, baby. Let's get back at it right here. Just Learning says this, neck and neck on the views. It's a very, very disgusting neck against another very disgusting neck on these terrible views. But that is just the way it be rolling. Let's go here to Tortilla. Got to wear a JPJ jersey in the profile pic. Damn. Mark Malone, always great seeing Mark Malone in the house. Mark, the man, the myth, the mustache. He says there should be a second picture at it. And I thought of that. And there's plenty of ammunition because as we showed you the pictures on Monday that everybody used on the that we used for everybody's site. Mike, I certainly seen more both for you and Derpy while I was fishing for these pictures. There could certainly be extra pictures if we wanted to go that route. Maybe we'll have some kind of blitz the last week or something like that to put new pictures up and to see if that can result in any more of an acceleration in the views and the likes.
We could do that, but I am going to take Lindsay's advice. I am going to show the cleavage.
Yeah, you better. I better see you taping your breasts together. Something's got to give, Mike. It is way too close. One-ians need to do something to
They
pull
got to
away.
do something, man.
Pull away or pull out, baby. Let's get here to Tortilla. Tortilla says this. You guys see the slide in the home plate by Jacob Wilson. He slid head first, flipped. Hold on, it scooted on me. Flipped mid-slide to his back to avoid the tag. Great game, though, by the Buccos. I did see the play, and I do want to mention that his father was a Pirates great. I don't know if you know that. Outside of Pittsburgh, Jack Wilson, Jacob's dad, was a very popular Pittsburgh Pirate in the early 2000s at shortstop. Mike,
Yep.
I got to be honest, one of the more fun shortstops I can remember watching here for a long time.
Yes, and the my God, the defensive plays that Jack Wilson made. Dude was a great defensive shortstop.
Yeah, wasn't the best hitter, but the guy could play defense like nobody's business. Squeege says I get to watch someone other than the Tomlin coached this team to so this season's a W no matter what for me is what Squeege is saying. I'm sorry that I did cut that up a little bit. Let's go here to Tortilla. I hate everything. I can't read that without hearing that in my head. Tyrone says Derpy be so negative and other. I know he's a negative Nelly because even in our group chat. He pops in and it's always the most negative, and then he gets hung up on the weirdest negative shit. It's peculiar.
He just doesn't stop.
Mm-mm. Everybody's basically telling him how stupid he is and just shut up. Let's go down here to Yinzer Joe. He says, "Yeah, JPJ jersey definitely tells the lookers you're gay." Damn, it's hitting hot in here.
Wow.
Squeege says this: the number one thing I'm watching this year is how the team behaves. Imagine this could be the first year in over a decade the players aren't embarrassing the franchise on a weekly basis. It's going to be interesting. Of course, we are going to learn a lot of things about this team moving forward, and all those things that were said. We're going to now have receipts on those. People are saying, "Well, it's not like this because Tomlin's the coach. It's not like that. It's because of Tomlin." We will be able to answer those questions this year. So I'm just reserving my opinions on a lot of things until we watch it play out in real time, because until then, it doesn't really mean a whole hell of a lot. Let's go to Tortilla. Tortilla says this: maybe we trade Jacob Wilson for Skeen. I make joke Jacob is the GOAT. You know what? We don't need I guess we need a lot of help, but we need Paul Skeens right now. We need Paul Skeens. I don't really want anybody else. I just want the bullpen to get better, and that's where we need to improve as of right now. But I give Jacob Wilson all the credit in the world. The kid is a baller. I watched him out of the draft. I watched him here with the A's for a couple seasons. He's a good baller. No two ways about it. Ty, missing Joey Votto, Brandon Phillips, and Bruce. I can't think of the name, but these are all Reds I do recognize. And as a matter of fact, the game back in 2013, the big Johnny Cueto drops his balls game, I was right behind the Reds dugout, Tyrone. I was right behind the dugout. As a matter of fact, every time Brandon Phillips came walking down the steps, I was giving him shit every single inning. Every inning I was giving Brandon the fits. And you know what? It worked. He didn't really do much that game. So, but certainly very recognizable names here within the division. Joey Votto, I think he was still playing somewhere last year, wasn't he?
I think so, yeah.
He's out there somewhere. Let's go ahead right here. Tortilla says, motherfuckers hate JPJ more than their ex-wives. What the fuck? Squeege says that's the beauty of it. We've seen a Tomlin-led team for so long. Now that we have an entire new staff, I just think that it's stale. That's the thing. This is where I'm gonna set my flag, because there was an interesting write-up, and I don't remember who did it. It was Barry Foster was making the comments. Barry Foster was just saying how there's an opportunity for Mike McCarthy to have. As a matter of fact, I just talked about this yesterday, to have a similar start to Bill Cowher because of the way that the Noel era kind of fell stale the last 3, 4, 5 years, in the way that Mike Tomlin's era kind of fell stale. And this is not a knock on these guys. These guys are coaching 20 and 23 seasons, respectfully. So at the end of the day, the league will pass you by. People are human, and there is a sense of comfort in everything. And once people do get to a certain comfort level, this is just the way it's going to be. And guys get older and guys get more, what's the word, bullheaded, because that's what guys do. Men are, we're just bullheaded beasts. So at the end of the day, I think that I think it's going to be a lot of fun. I think this has an opportunity to make that same kind of turn. Coach Cowher took the team to the first 6 years that he was in there to the playoffs, going to the Super Bowl, of course, his 4th year. And I think we could have something similar here because I think we are a better team than we've proven over the past 5 years to a decade. So, again, not to knock anybody, but I think we could really make an improvement this year, guys, with just a change of things. And this is a hope for me, and I think that that's very possible. So, we will continue. We'll continue to prepare and get ready for this season, guys. As I said, we have camp next month.
I can't wait.
Tyrone says, facts, Tortilla. You got to be good to be hated on. Absolutely, man. Yinzer Joe says, I have 2 ex-wives. Love them. Hey, that's all good. If you can love them, that's one thing. A lot of people can't do that. Tyrone says, laugh my fucking ass off. I feel I would have done the same shit. Squeege says this. He says, sorry for all the Tomlin bat. No, it's not bash. It's I would rather people be honest. I hated him. I felt his tenure after the Super Bowl with Cowher's team fell apart incredibly fast. The Steelers operated in a way that was unbearable on and off the field. And for those say that I'm a racist, wanting him gone, I'm married into a black family. No, I feel you. And Mike's making weird faces because I don't understand what Mike's going. But I'm going to let him speak this time.
I'm not casting aspersions. I just, it just makes me twitch when it's just we'll say something like, well, I'm not racist because my wife's black, or I have a black kid, or I have a black friend. What? You don't need the qualifier, bro.
Yes, you
do.
Just
say what you say, man. It's all good.
No,
it just makes me twitch when
nowadays you have to. I know you do, but weird. Not by any fault of his.
Weird to me. It's just
and that's why things are going to remain to be weird, because people can't speak the truth, and that's all he did. Let's continue on. Let's go right here to I haven't met my ex-wife yet. Neither have I, Tortilla. Neither have I. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Mark Malone says, yes, much improved this year. And if we make a trade for heavy hitting draft capital, we could have another dynasty. Listen, I think we're better along than a lot of people do think that we are. I truly believe that we are better along than most people think that the Pittsburgh Steelers are. Let's go here to Squeege TV. I felt it, bro. I didn't hate him, but it seems like the white people are the more people that are more offended by things. But I don't know. I wasn't offended. Let's go here. Hey, I see Coach T on the board.
Coach T here.
Coach T says, you're not sorry, Squeege. Coach T in here kicking some dust up. Always great seeing Coach T in the hizzy. And Ty says, yeah, Mark, if we trade Highsmith next off season to get our quarterback, we're cooking. We got a lot of things to get into today, guys. I'm going to be honest with you. There's a lot. Let me grab one more. Here by Squeege, and then we're going to get to some topics. Squeege says it was the behavior of the players, TikTok videos on opposing team logos, pregame, players taking plays. I agree. I mean, come on. These are things that, again, in any workplace, not just a football, not just in the football aspect, in any part of life, if you're going to have successful, a machine type running system, you got to take out the bullshit. You have to take out the bullshit along the way. And I'm seeing so far in this comment, these are some of the things that I can certainly agree with. The gauntlet of divas over a decade, the game management, and so on. I agree. You're right. I'm not sorry. Tickled Pink, he's gone, and we'll see the trans. Absolutely. That's where I'm at too. Yinzer Joe says Highsmith is staying. Herbig won't play up to his contract. I see it now. You know what? That's an interesting place to start, Mike. I'm going to start here. Mm-hmm. We do have Dowdle and we do have Washington on the thumbnail, but I'm going to start right here with Herbig and this linebacking core, Mike. This one I thought was really interesting. Manti Te'o thinks that TJ Watt can recapture the sack record this year, Mike, saying with a big year, with a nice comeback season that a lot of people were projecting that he could have. Manti Te'o is saying that he believes that TJ Watt can retake that record. At this point, Mike, I think that this is a bit of a stretch. I still think that TJ is again, if you watch the show, you know where we're at with TJ. But at the end of the day, Mike, he's kind of slowing at this pace at this point in his career. As he gets north of the 30s, those long strides, yes, they're nice long strides, but again, compared to the choppy legs of somebody like Myles Garrett that's constantly on the attack, or Micah Parsons, or any of these other rushers, there's certainly been a step that's been lost with TJ Watt. I don't think that he could overtake the record. Again, I took him everything that he had to break it the first time, and to now get that plus, I think it's going to be very difficult for TJ Watt to do. My second part of my opinion on this is Manti Te'o, who predicts this, Mike, is still looking for his girlfriend. If you guys remember that story.
I was going to say, I thought, where he got this prediction from was from his girlfriend, because this is a act of pure fiction. TJ Watt's not going to get that sack record. I don't think anyone's going to come close to that sack record this year. It's going to take a while for someone to come back to it. I think Watt can have a good year. I think he have a damn good year, but I don't think he's going to have 23.5, 24 sacks. What Myles did last year was special. What TJ Watt did, 4 years ago when he broke the record, was special. And both of those guys were probably at their peak. I think that's when TJ Watt peaked. And I think this right here was Myles Garrett's peak. And I don't think any of those guys are going to come close to it this year. Because you have to have something special to have those type of seasons. They don't come along that long. And it's, they happen close together, but those two were special pass rushers. They're both generational pass rushers, and that was their peak season, and they're not going to come close to it. But I can see Watt having like an easy 15 sack season.
I mean, is that where you're topping him out? Is that the ceiling that you have him at this year, Mike? Because I'm right there with you. Listen, if he gets just slightly over that, I think that's a really good season. I think he falls back into the graces of Steeler Nation. I think a lot of people that are saying the things that we're saying, that we've been saying for a couple of years now, that everybody else is saying now, I think people can go back on that. Mike, if he does get 15 sacks, maybe a sack or two more, which I think is doable. But for him, Mike, again, it's going to take a few things. It's going to take him staying healthy. It's going to take the defensive scheme, the new defensive scheme. It's going to take putting him in other places, giving other looks with TJ and everybody on defense doing a bunch of different things.
Yeah.
I think, in fact, Mike, if the schemes in the defense and the game plan is set up right, I think TJ Watt can certainly get 15 sacks this season. So, and again, this is against the South divisions of the AFC and the NFC, not the most competitive divisions in the NFL. So, with that being said, I think that TJ, with a really good season, I think, Mike, his ceiling right now has him about 16 and a half sacks, where he's at in his career. But again, at the end of the day, if he does this with a little to bitch about along the way, let's just say, he has an incident, whatever the case may be, who knows, you know how these things play out. I think that he can certainly fall back into the graces. We could all get back on board for TJ. We could all stop calling his contract crazy, at least until the end of the season, and we can start doing it again. But Mike, I do think that 15 and a half, 16 and a half could be a possibility for TJ, but I think a lot of things have to go right. And again, at this point, we're all assuming that everything is going to go right. Nobody's really putting into the consideration that nothing is perfect. What's going to be the fall off? What's going to be the things that hurt things along the way? So those will be the things that we find out as we continue to watch our Steelers. But right now, things are looking good. And in theory, I believe that 15 and a half to 16 and a half could be doable. But that 22 and a half or whatever the hell it sits at now, I wouldn't put money on that.
Yeah, getting to 23 is rough. TJ Watt, his best was the 22 and a half, then a 19, then a 15, then a 13. So he's more closer to, here we go. It's about 13 sacks is his average on his career. So that's not bad. So he's probably going to be in that range, 13 to 15 sacks. I'll take that. I will take that for him. That's his average, and that's what got him that contract outside of the couple dynamic seasons with the 19 and the 22 and a half sacks. So you give me about 13, 15 sacks. I'll be happy with that, because he's also going to provide you with the forced fumbles, the fumble recoveries, and if they drop him in the coverage, he's probably good for an interception as well. So that total package right there, I'll love it. If he can get back to the run defender he was a few years ago, instead of just trying to loop around and playing the run, containing the edge, that contract's going to be, the numbers won't be there, but I think the overall impact will be greater if his sack total goes down and he doesn't focus on just sacks.
Mike, with the money that he's being paid, I think that this should be the basement. This should be the floor. I expect him to knock some balls out. I expect him to make some game-changing recoveries. I expect maybe an interception. So again, we really shouldn't be like, if he does this, if he does that. For the money, the paycheck that we handed him when we figured out his contract, this is what we expected from him. So at the end of the day, Mike, I'm hoping for a 15 to 16 and a half sack season. A few of those other things that we mentioned, the punch outs, the recoveries, the interception, that all has to come for me personally. But, again, we've been having this conversation for a season and a half now. Now everybody else is finally coming around to it for whatever reason. Maybe, the radio people were telling them to, the TV people were telling them. I don't know what it is, but I just know that, Mike, this is what we've been saying for quite some time. And for me personally, my floor here is you have to get some sacks, or not sacks. You have to get some punch outs. You have to get fumble recoveries. You have to cause havoc in the backfield, because at the end of the day, Mike, anything short of that and a nice sack tally is not worth the money. And again, that will just carry it to the offseason and many more conversations ahead regarding the money he's making, the contract he has. So again, by all means, I want him to achieve. I want him to be successful, because at the end of the day, if he does what he's paid to do, we're going to be happy out here. If he's going to do the things that he's paid to do, being the highest paid, making quarterback one money, you better damn well have a nice sack season. You better damn well make some things happen and prove that you're not on that decline that people are saying that he's on, Mike. So again, that's where I'm at with him. Again, ceiling for me, sacks is 16 and a half sacks. Floor for me, Mike, he cannot not have TJ Watt type season where he's not punching balls out. He's not recovering fumbles in important parts of games. He's not changing the game when you need the game change, because again, that is why he's getting paid the money. So he's on, he's on thin ice. The guy is on thin ice, Mike. And again, it's kind of across the board, a lot of different opinions along the way, but that's where he's at for me.
Yeah. And I just did some number crunching here of his career. Like an average TJ Watt season, like a normal season where he's being productive, is 14 sacks, 60 tackles, 30 QB hits, and 4 forced fumbles, with the batted balls, deflections, and maybe an interception sprinkled in there. Like you said, that should be the floor right there. And if he gives you that, and you get rising production out of someone like people like Herbig, Harmon, Highsmith, that's, if he just does that, go out there and have a normal TJ Watt season, that, again, that's the floor. That's what we expect out of you. And everyone else does what we expect out of them. And then we get those jumps from people like Herbig, Harmon. This defense is going to be looking really good. And that Watt contract will be on par for what we're paying him to do. Because you're hoping 14 out of those 14 sacks, some of those sacks will be those strip sacks that get returned for touchdowns, or those ones that change this momentum of a game.
The ones that made TJ Watt what he is.
Yes. And that's what we want to get back to. And if he can get back to that, this contract it might be a bargain right here. It'll be a bargain. If we get that normal season, this is what I want to see out of him, because everyone else around him should be playing better too.
I don't want him to, Mike, I'm not looking for him to put a cape on, fly the city, and save the world.
Yes, don't be that guy. You don't have to be the hero anymore.
Your plays that you make. Here's the thing. We're not asking you to go drop back as a safety and cover people man to man. We are asking you to do the little things that made you a good football player from day one. Sometimes that may consist of dropping back, but the point being, we're just asking you to do the things that you do. That's all. Make those things happen. We'll be happy here in the Berg. No two ways about it. Let's move on here a little bit, Mike. Again, at the beginning of the week, I gave you the ridiculous offensive PFF grades from last season, Mike. Today we're going to, with a little more defensive talk, we are going to release the PFF top graded defenders on the Pittsburgh Steelers from the 2025 season. And as you recall, the offense was not that impressive by number. And remember, Dylan Cook was ahead of Kenneth Gainwell. Again, the goofy PFF, but there's a reason that I do read these aloud, and it's beneficial for you guys, believe me. Let me get into what our defense looked like, Mike. This is the highest grade, the graded top 10 graded people according to PFF on our defense, which you would think, there's 11 guys. Let me get to it. Mike, number one, the highest graded person, and this would make this person the highest graded Pittsburgh Steeler. last year, according to PFF, with a 90.4 grade, Mike. The only Steeler in the 90s, Cam Hayward, pops out, Mike, even higher than KG, even higher than everybody. Mike, again, this is why I read PFF, because of how ridiculous it is. But anyway, let me continue. The highest graded Steeler was a 40-year-old defensive tackle. But anyway, let me continue. Number two, the second highest player on the defense this past year, which I do agree with, belongs at the top. Nick Herbig with an 87.3, an 87.3. And let me continue. Number three on this list, Mike, of the highest graded defensive players according to PFF for the Steelers in 2025, James Pierre at 86.2, James Pierre. And we all know that he's not a Steeler anymore.
Yeah.
But Mike, he is ranked third from 2025. Number 4 on the list, Alex Highsmith with an 82.2. Okay, Alex had a nice season.
Yeah.
Now this is where it gets funny. Number 5, the number 5 highest graded player according to PFF for the Steelers last year was nobody other than Chuck Clark. Chuck Clark at a 74.6. Mind you, I haven't mentioned Watt. Mind you, I haven't mentioned Ramsey. Mind you, I haven't mentioned JPJ. Again, I'm proving a point with this PFF. Number 6, Mike, on the list with a 74.2, TJ Watt, just right behind Chucky Clark. So again, do what you want with this. Okay, here we go. You ready for number 7? Are you ready for number 7? I know you're still waiting.
I'm ready for number. Is it going to be,
I know you're still waiting for JPJ. I know you're still waiting for Ramsey.
I'm still waiting for Harmon.
Mike, let me give you who the number 7 highest rated defensive Steeler was in 2025, according to PFF. Mike, it was nobody other than with a 73.3 grade, Ukulele. I am not making this up.
Ukulele and Chuck Clark played like 7 plays.
Mike, they're both higher than JPJ. They're both higher than Ramsey. They're both higher than Harmon. This is, again, why I'm doing what I'm doing. And you could get in there and you can look all this up yourself. I swear I'm not fabricating any of it. Mike, number 8. Number 8, are you ready for this? Do you want to take a guess on who you think could be number 8? Mike, this is top 10. Who do you think could be number 8 on the list from what you heard so far? We've had our ukuleles. We had our Chuck Clarks, Mike. We've had everybody. Who do you feel? We got 3 more. Why don't you help me predict who they could be? Number 8 on this list of highest graded PFF graded Steelers on the defensive side of the ball last year. Mike, who do you pick as number 8 on this list?
I'm going to go Jack Sawyer.
Wrong. It is Cole Holcomb. Cole Holcomb, Mike, with a 72.6 is the 8th highest graded Steeler from their defense last season. There you go. Cole Holcomb, 72.6, and number 9 and number 10, they are tied, both with a 70.1. Mike, Asante Samuel Jr. and Joey Porter Jr. Mike, I still don't see Ramsey's name. I still don't see Derek Harmon's name. I still don't see say what you want about Peyton Wilson and Queen in the middle. Neither of their names are on this list, but yet Ukulele, but yet Chucky Clark, but yet Holcomb. This, again, Mike, is why I continue to say what it is that PFF is putting out, because there's people that will get on the internet and fight you.
Yeah.
Because of what they read on PFF, and you were saying that, you know what, this guy isn't better than this guy, and they're going to go, and they pointed their numbers. This, Mike, PFF it's a cancer. It needs to be exposed, because, again, at the end of the day, if you know anything about anything, this is unbelievably ridiculous.
Yeah, because it's just people watching the game who have no idea. Like, again, they with their grades, this grading. This was a blown coverage. How do you know? You don't know that person's assignment in this defense. Now, if you want to tell me if they want to pass rush or not, I'll listen to you. If you want to tell me, like, on 3rd down and the ball traveled this amount of air yards and it went for this amount of thing, and here's a formula to say if that was an effective play, I'll listen to you. But for me to, like, people who probably don't even know the game of football to sit down and go, they gave up. That was them. They messed up right there. That was their block. They messed that up. That was a bad throw by the quarterback. That's not a good throw. These people don't know football. Like
these are the people that's going to be telling me that the Baltimore Ravens are going to win this
Yeah.
division again this year.
Yeah. No, I trust.
know-
I like their advanced analytics because that's
hate
just
everything
number
they do.
crunching and shit like that.
Yeah.
But their grades are fucking worthless. Like you see how like when the NFL has the players rate the top 100, how there's no consensus there. At least
Right.
I can trust those guys' opinions because they play the game. They see the game. I trust the NFL top 100 rankings as put by the players more than any PFF grade because I'm sorry how JPJ with all of his stats that are top 5 in just about everything outside.
Like the guy hasn't let up a touchdown.
Ever
guys
in his career, but PFF has him
And
giving up that one touchdown.
Chucky
It was
Clark-
a blown coverage play. Yeah, Chuck Clark,
Regardless, even listen,
barely
even if
played.
even if he did give up one touchdown, this shouldn't be the make or break. People shouldn't
Yeah.
say, "Oh, we can't have JPJ in this conversation because he gave up one touchdown." One touchdown still puts you in a category of
elite.
people who hasn't let up any touchdowns. He's still in that category.
Yeah.
Like so again, totally
But
ridiculous.
Chuck Clark, Holcomb barely played. Asante Samuel, he played like what?
Ukulele. Come on, get real.
Like he barely played, but it's just mind-boggling. Like Derek Harmon, like did y'all watch him play when he played? The run defense went from giving up like 130 to 140 yards to when
Why would that? Why would that put him in the top 10?
yards? When he was in there, the defense gave up 80 yards rushing, but yet he's not in the top 10.
I agree.
I mean, it's
Again.
just mind-boggling.
And again, do what you want. I'm never going to stop
Chuck
anybody or tell somebody not to watch what they want to or listen to who they want to. But
yeah.
again, there's a reason why I'm putting this stuff out because, Mike, for 5 years consistently, we've had this same kind of conversation about PFF. It's something we picked up on real early in the process of doing what we do, and it's something that just snowballs and gets worse and uglier, and it makes less sense as time goes on.
Bro.
And here we are in 2026, halfway through the year. Mike, it's no better. It's probably worse than it was. And again, Mike, ukulele. And I want to badmouth Pierre, but Pierre, Chuck Clark, ukulele, Holcomb, everybody, Mike, everybody, of course. And even Jalen Ramsey, who some might say didn't have a great season. I still think the things that he did certifies him to be on this list.
Yeah.
To be on this list.
Yeah, I don't have a problem with Pierre being ranked on this list because I thought he had a really good year.
Yeah,
he was one of the better corners in the league, but better than some of the other players on the defense, no. But Chuck Clark, ukulele, Cole Holcomb, no. You can make it a slight case for Asante Samuel because when that latter half of the season when he came back from injury, he played really well down the stretch, but he only played a handful of games. Come on now. I
can remember Jalen Ramsey making a tackle or breaking a ball up at the end of the Jets game to end the game. I remember Jalen Ramsey picking up a ball, stripping it from somebody's hand and running it for a touchdown. Albeit it got called back because the guy's foot was on the line. There's about 10 things in my head that I could think of right off the top that I could think that Jalen Ramsey has done in our secondary that we haven't had happen in our secondary for a long time because the guy got game. Mike, and again, these names on this list, it's just unbelievable. Who are these people? Aren't they from Ohio? I don't know. Didn't you say they're from Ohio or some shit? I don't even. Who are these people? Who are they?
I don't know. Only I remember when these things started coming out of nowhere. You started seeing one of the Sunday night games, 6-7 years ago. Like, who the fuck is PFF? And why do we care about this? Then you find out it was founded by Chris Collinsworth. That's all you need to know. The biggest anti-Steeler guy there is, Chris Collinsworth. So yeah, I don't take any of their information anymore. Like they gutted actually their entire analytics staff too. So those aren't even good anymore. Now it's just a bunch of idiots who don't know football trying to figure out how to grade a football game and football player. So they've lost all functionality anymore, dude.
Bless the internet. Bless the internet. Let's get back on this board, Mike. I don't want to miss out on anybody and what they have to say. A lot going on the board. Mike Tomlin, Coach T says, I'm going to cry next to my Super Bowl trophy. Let's go here to Tyrone. Tyrone says, my problem with Tomlin was old scheme, never adapted, hired some sorry ass OCs in middle of the field. Lava, no wide receiver core for 3. You're not wrong. You're not wrong, Ty. He follows it up by saying, I don't know about the record, but I think he can get 14 or more. Squeech says this, acting like you're Mike Tomlin. Mike Tomlin spitting facts. Tortilla saying, fake Mike Tomlin, of course, spitting facts on the board as always. Squeech says this, how am I supposed to get my feelings hurt by someone who has to pretend they're someone else? Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. Yinzer Joe says this, just because you peaked once doesn't mean you can't peak again. That's what my wife says anyway. I peaked real early. It was that second grade spelling bee, baby. That was the pinnacle of my life. And you know what? I still hold it near and dear to my heart. Let's continue on though. Let's go right here to Tyrone. He says, I think if it gets more than 14 or more, he earns that 40 to me. I'm making it 15. That's where I want him. This is where I want to be happy. Again, if he has 14 and a bunch of other things, of course I'll be excited, but I'm kind of making that my bar, about 15, 16 and a half sacks. And again, all those other things that he did well to earn that money, I would like to see those things continue to happen as well. Because why would you do them, get paid the money to do them, and then stop doing them? Again, it just comes down to logic with me. Let's continue on. Let's go right here to the original OG, Yinzer Joe in the Heezy, baby. Always great seeing my man. He says this, they're paying her big. So getting the playing time TJ needs to get the record could be a tall task. It's very interesting take. It's just going to be interesting to see. I don't think that they're going to any way shorthand any of these guys, to be honest. I think these three big outside linebackers, I think that they're going to use them wisely. And again, you know what? With injuries, the way they happen to Highsmith every year, seemingly with the groin, TJ, he's no stranger to injury as well. So again, I think this is more beneficial in that area. A lot of people talking about the three guys running around causing havoc. Me personally, Mike, I see it being more beneficial when somebody goes down. You now have more players to be that guy.
Yeah, and don't forget about little Jack Sawyer as well, too, man. I think he's going to be a key piece in there to help keep a lot of those guys fresh.
He needs to be, Mike. I think he needs to for himself. He needs to come out because everyone's going to talk about Watt, Highsmith, and now Herbig. And you know who could really come under the radar and make some noise would be somebody like Jack Sawyer. So I think he kind of needs something like this.
Yeah, and he was coming that second half of the year, man. Once he kind of got acclimated to the NFL, speed of the NFL, man, he was making some sneaky good plays, very impactful plays, some plays that weren't showing up on the score sheet that you would watch on film. You're like, ooh, you can tell he's disrupting the game. He's starting to feel the flow. I don't know if you ever get to those guys' level, but if he can, just come close to him, I think he's going to be a good player for a while around here.
Yeah, I agree. And he did. He had a couple interceptions as a rookie outside linebacker last year. So, I mean, the guy is no schlub. If he gets the opportunity, hopefully he takes advantage of that. Let's continue, Mike. Coach T says, what about my feelings? What about, and I do respect that. And that's why I do kind of I hit the brakes sometimes on some things. So, again, Coach T, much love, much respect. Time to move on. Let's go to Tortilla. We do not care about your feelings, is what Tortilla is saying. Corey, don't drink that. Says, what's up, guys? Let's cut TJ's pay. LOL. Always great seeing Corey, my man, right here on the board. Do go check him out on YouTube, guys, as he does host the podcast. Don't drink that. Really good stuff. You like conspiracy theories, you like aliens, you like government, any kind of hidden conspiracies, go check Corey out. Really good content. I do not saying it because I'm saying it because I really do enjoy it, and I go and I really get into his work. Plenty of content. Go check him out at Don't Drink That. Let's go on to Tyrone. Tyrone says, Yinzer Joe, that's next year, Cap. I think Graham will make sure all three edges on the field a lot this year. And again, I do too. But again, these three guys aren't particularly the healthiest guys on the football field. So again, I think it pays dividends either direction that we go. Let's go here. Let's go to Mark Malone. What's up, Mark? He says we need 17. 17 is the number he's looking for. I'm going to continue down here to Tortilla. He says, at this rate, Derpy might catch more sacks than TJ, if you know what I mean. Derpy is on track for more sacks than TJ at this point. I'm just throwing it out there. He is on pace for more sacks than TJ at this point. If you're just tuning in, please refer to the beginning of the video.
Yes.
Tortilla, I'm sorry, Tyrone. He says TJ needs more than just sacks to me. And you know what? Thank you, Ty. That was going to be my next question, Mike. If we could maintain a good run stop defense with TJ in the mix,
yeah,
that's a big thing too. Don't let me see you getting ran over. Don't let me see you getting ran by. Don't let me see all the things that we've been bitching about over the past couple of seasons. I want to see him be a part of stopping the run. This makes him a liability, Mike. If he has to be taken out in run game situations, again, if you could use all three of these guys, your three big edge rushers, even in the run game, and stay, that's a big thing for me.
Remember that game was 2 years ago, the opener down in Atlanta, when he was looping around the tackles and just meeting Bijan Robinson, right behind the line of scrimmage and making those dynamic run stop plays. You're looking like, oh my God, he's left a huge hole there. Bijan's just going to accelerate through it. And next thing you know, Watts right there getting one of the shiftiest backs in the league down. And against Oakland, I think, or the Vegas Raiders, that I think was the same year too, had like two huge punch outs at the end of drives to help preserve wins. You can get stuff like that, dude. Don't always have to go for the sack, man. Make the plays that way. And he's such a more dynamic defender than a lot of these guys that are just getting sacks, because he can do a lot more than just get sacks. Where those guys like Myles Garrett, they have to feast on sacks. Otherwise, they're not making those forced fumbles. They're not getting those interceptions. Whereas Watt does all those things better than a lot of those guys do. So as he gets older, I think he scale back on trying to get the sacks and start doing those other things that you do well.
I don't disagree with anything that anybody's saying here, guys. Tyrone, he says, Mike 100, I agree. I want TJ back 2024. TJ back. That was a scary mofo. Also, Tyrone follows it up by saying, I think TJ knows this year is huge for him. He's at everything, and they all going to Wisconsin. God, I hope, you know what? I hope you're right, man. Because, again, it's only good for us, and we'll be happy because of it. And so, again, I'm right there with you. Tyrone follows that up by saying PFF was a joke. Laugh my ass off. JPJ should be number one. Yes, it is a joke. Absolutely. I'll just leave it there. Only because I don't want to spend a whole lot more time on PFF, but I would certainly agree with you heavily if we were to continue the conversation. Ty says this. Yeah, this is why I don't pay attention to the PFF. Tyrone says probably thrown. Mark Malone says Hayward should be number one, and he is. Mark Hayward was the number one out of all the Steelers last year, offense and defense, according to PFF. Corey, don't drink that. I like it. He says PFF equals pointless football fans. Tyrone says probably Thornhill, Duggar, and PQ. Yeah, where the hell are these guys? Like they should have been high.
Duggar, that was the safety I was thinking of. I couldn't think when you're asking for names. I kept blanking. I kept wanting to say Elliott, but like my guy was hurt. Who the fuck was the other safety?
Yeah. A few more, Mike. We're going to switch to there's going to be a turnover here in a second. We're going to get to the offense. Let me get through some more messages. Cole Holcomb, the GOAT. Yinzer Joe is saying, and Tortilla trade PFF to the USSR. Mark Malone says if we can get a 1 for JPJ, man. Tyrone says JPJ at 10. That's funny. LOL. JPJ had the best season on the team last year. Then I would say Cam. See, Cam's at that point in his career, how we talk about Mike, once JPJ gets to it, he's going to get the nod as Frazier does. It's a veteran thing. And, TJ has it. No matter what TJ does, he will always be talked about on this level, Mike, even if he has been performing at this level or not. This is where JPJ and Frazier are going to be next. They're going to be the next guys that are going to be that guy. So again, it's coming.
Once you get there, it's hard to get off. No matter how bad you are, you can be like Bland down in Dallas. You can have all these interceptions, but you're a liability in coverage.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's continue on. Let's go right here to Robert. Pathetic football focus. Remember when we parodied it to Derpy, and it was PFF pretty fucking fat.
Hey, we better be careful with our Derpy segments. The local radio stations might steal the bit.
Yeah,
allegedly.
All of a sudden, they get
We're just gonna start quizzing the idiot.
all of a sudden they get a third wheel, a fat guy, an idiot. Yeah, that's never. Anyway, let's move forward. Let's go here to Tyrone. Tyrone says, "Shut up, Mark. You would listen to PFF just like RBSC, where you get your information." LOL. Let's go to Cody. What's up, my man? Cody is big dog in the house. He says, "Just learning what part of the 505 you from, man." Of course, these are the two I always get confused. I always confuse Cody and Just Learning because I know New Mexico and with Texas, and I just Cody's Texas. Just Learning is Mexico. 69 elevation. Let's go here to Tortilla. PFF puts the anal in analytics. I like it. I like it. This is almost game ball. I gotta tell you.
You can put that on Derpy's profile.
Yeah, that could be a whole thing with the PFF being, pretty fucking fat, and then the analyst. I think we can do something with that. I think we can make some kind of spoof with Derpy in the PFF. Let's go to Squeege. He says, "At Mike Tomlin glazing Tomlin over something that was 18 years ago." Tyrone says this. He says, "Facts, guys. PFF is just a joke to me. Don't pay attention to that shit." Aaron, my man, he says, "I think we should at least go mediocre for one season to fill in the blank." You know what? I think that I think that should be our floor. I think that mediocre should certainly be the floor. I don't see why we can't be a competitive team this year. I mean, like that's just being automatically assumed because people say that when you get a new coach. Well, you got to, go through the motions. You got to, as you're saying, Aaron, fill in the blanks, which, you're not totally wrong. But for whatever reason, like I feel that the Steelers are a little further along than that. Some of these teams that are in those situations the Steelers are different.
They are. And
we have a good competitive team.
Yeah, and losing and getting higher draft capital and draft picks doesn't automatically guarantee success. Look at Cleveland. I have to. No. And me, I kind of know, like, it gives you a better chance of getting better talent, and theoretically you're going to have a better chance of winning and being successful and starting like a rebuild process or jump starting that championship run. But also at the other time, I'd rather sit there and watch my team win. I don't know about you, but like when the team's losing, I don't want to sit there and watch it. I'm not having fun watching it.
You were the most typical Pittsburgh Steelers fan I've ever heard in my life. I know that you hate to hear that, Mike, but we want wins every year. It doesn't matter what the process is, what it would take to be better, but we expect and we want the winnings to win all the time.
And I will tolerate losing only if you are literally doing everything in your power to go out there and put on a competitive team. And if they happen to lose, that's fine. But going out there and like this, oh, hey guys, we're just going to lose. I can't do that.
Here's the thing. Do you feel like this is a bad team?
Fuck no.
I don't think this is anywhere near a bad team.
No, I don't. Just because
I think this team, Mike, is better than the Baltimore Ravens. The Baltimore Ravens haven't shown me anything in years, to be honest. Okay, they beat us in the playoffs 2 years ago. You know what? So did the Browns. We haven't been a good football team, but guess what? For not being a good football team, you can talk a lot of shit when you finally do beat us. So again, Mike, I don't think the Ravens are that good. I think the Browns are going to be weird. They're going to have a weird season. They're going to get a few more wins than I think that they have in the past. But at the end of the day, they're the Browns. They will shit things up. In the Bengals, I guess this is a team that we have to wait and see. They made a lot of additions, Mike. They drafted, didn't do that great, but again, they still have to find a way to protect Joe Burrow. He's making all the money, him and two other guys on this team. So let's see, without a defense, without an offensive line, if these three guys could carry this team. We seen last year they could win football games because they could score 50 points. If you could score 50 points, you could win football games, but there's a lot of other things that need to take place as well, Mike, with the defense, with the offensive line. So again, I think that this team is hands down, not because I'm a Steeler fan, but I believe this team is hands down the best team in this division.
Yeah, I do too. And to say that this is a bad team and doing what you and I've been doing for the past 4 years, watching this team day in, day out, covering this team day in, day out, seeing the moves that they've been making ever since Con and Weedle took over, being, I think you and I were the first, I'm going to say we're the first two to recognize their plan, what they are doing. And to say this is a bad team, like, I don't know how you can do that. If you watch them day in and day out, like you and I do, analyze their roster, their draft picks, their free agent signings, look at all these guys on here and tell me there's not talent on this team, that this is not a good team. Like we went 10-7. last year when we were supposed to be dead last. A year before that, we were supposed to be a
With
bad team.
Arthur
And we're
Smith and
competitive.
one receiver. I mean, come on, 10,
Yes,
10 and 7,
like,
win the division
yeah.
and make the playoffs.
Yeah,
We're a good team.
And this is what frustrates me too. Like the local media saying, "Oh, this is the Steelers, man. They're not good. They're not good." Like
The
you
local
guys
media's
cover the
not
team.
good.
You guys cover the team just as much as we do, day in and day out. You guys actually have more access than we do, and you can't see that there's a lot of talent on the team. That this team has outperformed what they should have done, while maintaining, trying to win, while also trying to build for the future, which is hard to do in any sport. And they're doing it in the NFL, which is made to constantly have teams rotate in and out of good, bad, good, bad. Like this, if you can't recognize that this team is on the cusp of breaking out of that cycle, while not losing, not becoming an embarrassment, but remaining competitive, and then going to use that to springboard into a long, sustained run, it's just you're either disingenuous, willfully disingenuous, or you just don't know what you're talking about. And I don't know which is worse.
I agree. Mike,
That's how I had to throw my pen out. I'm just so annoyed with people who can't understand how good this team is going to be.
I couldn't agree with you more, Mike. As we do get ready to head
I kind of
into
need that pencil too.
the next segment of this. What happened?
I threw my pencil. I was so excited.
Mike, it is time. It is time for the next segment. There's been a turnover. That's right, Mike. The turnover for the day, the fumble, if you will, the dropping of the ball. Cam Hayward's celebrity softball game canceled this year, Mike. This is something that it's been a thing here the past 3 or 4 years. A lot of different people from Pittsburgh, athletes, famous folks, they all get together at Washington Wild Thing Stadium and they play a softball game. Mike, for whatever reason, it is canceled this year. Cam Hayward, he is now going on. As far as I know, there has not been provided a specific reason for that. However, I do know this. Cam Hayward is trying to monitor and ask people, would you guys like to see maybe some flag football? Would you guys maybe like to see kickball? Yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to see a 40-year-old professional football player play a 6th grade game every year. Kickball, how fucking retarded, Mike, in my opinion. And also with the flag football, you don't want to play flag football if you make the Pro Bowl, but now you want to do it for fun. Mike, this is one of the stupidest things. This falls in the category as a drop ball for me. Cam Hayward, celebrity softball, which was getting popular, mind you, canceled this year. No reason given by Cam, but he wants to now play kickball, apparently, to make some money for whatever he's making money for.
Yeah, I don't know why it was canceled. I saw someone speculate maybe I think it was the change of the ownership for the one minor league, the Wild Things. I think that's where they did it, and they don't want to do it anymore. I don't know if that's true or not. The kickball thing I saw, Vanilla Thunder was all for it. He wants to see those dudes launch that rubber ball into the Allegheny.
Because I'm 9. I'm really interested in watching this.
I know I don't want to see kickball. The softball's fun. Because slow pitch softball, watching athletes compete out against non-athletes in that stuff reminds me of the old Rock and Jock days on MTV. You can sit there and watch that. Those celebrity and and athlete mixed games like that are fun when they're softball and basketball. No one wants to see flag football. No one wants to see kickball. No one wants to see tug of war. Give me a softball game or give me a basketball game.
Imagine if you come from, like somebody from the board. Maybe you're coming from out of town. Maybe you're Ty, coming from where he's coming to see all these famous people. Imagine if he drives hours to come sit here and watch Cam Hayward play kickball for 3 hours. I don't know. To me, it sounds lame. I think it's a fumble. For whatever reason, again, they're not going back to the celebrity softball game that they've done at Wild Things Stadium for 3 to 4, 5, 6, whatever years it's been. Going away from it, Mike. Again, he's asking if we can play kickball.
Yeah.
There you have it, guys. Let's get to the offense after this turnover. I guess Sports Illustrated saying that the Rams could be a nice landing space for Broderick Jones. Mike, I don't care where he's going. I don't care what's going on with the Rams. Mike, where is Broderick Jones right now in this process for you? Is he going to be here? Is he going to get it together? Is he going to be okay by kickoff? Is he going to be okay during camp? Is he going somewhere else? Is he going to be here until next season? Mike, people forgot about Broderick Jones by now, to be honest with you. Where is Broderick Jones at this moment?
Rehabbing his way back to try and be a Pittsburgh Steeler and getting way to be put on the PUP list and then the IR for the rest of the year. Now, at the end of the year, the Steelers will not renew his contract. So now he's going to go and look for a home. Rams, I guess. I don't know why. I don't know why they would take a former washed, injury-prone.
Wash. He never had it together to even be a. You know what I mean?
I know. Again,
this is Sports Illustrated trying to make sense of things. That's why I said I don't really care about the destination of where he does end up. I'm just trying to say, again, Mike, he's falling really fast. If he had an accelerated where he was improving and getting better, and that's not the case. Mike, he's just lingering out here. As Somber says, nobody even cares. It's a non-concern at this moment. What is, again, all I'm just wondering is, what the hell is his future? Is there any idea? Is this guy even going to be in the league?
I don't even know
5 years from now. What's the deal with him?
Mike? I don't even know if he's going to even play football again. That's still a concern with that injury. He's he lost a lot of weight because he can't work out the way he once did. This guy's a long way back to get back into it. If he can come back healthy, a team won't take a chance on him because you have that former first round pick moniker. You're going to be that guy. Coaches are going to want to be, hey, I may be able to get something out of this guy. Let's see if I can do it. And you never know. The Steelers might want to bring him back on a very small 1-year prove it deal to see if there's something in there with a new coaching staff. They're in there working with him day in and day out now. Jari Evans and Campen. So they might be like, hey, bring him back on a 1-year tryout deal. See if he, a low risk, deal. And if he doesn't work out, you cut him free and clear and let him go do whatever. So to say he's the door shut on him here, it might not be the case, but it's going to be, can he get healthy enough to get cleared to play in the NFL? Because that injury, man, it's brutal, and especially as an offensive lineman where you're getting in a car wreck every play. It's not going to be like where he's going to play again. It's going to be if he can play again.
Very interesting, Mike. We're going to talk about a couple other things that why are we still talking about? This is going to be the segment of the day. Mike, 9,000 bets placed by Brendan Sorsby. James Harrison comes out, Mike, and says he is a degenerate gambler who shouldn't be allowed to even be in this league. Mike, why? Why did I wake up today and still see people online talking about the Steelers should go get Brendan Sorsby? Mike, again, what the fuck? What?
Right now I'm scrolling through Twitter trying to find if there's any good stories to talk about during the show, and there's just people going, "Oh, Steelers are going to be heavily invested in Sorsby. Oh, they're going to go in there and scout him deep." This guy was not a generational prospect coming out. He wasn't even a guy who was going to be drafted in the first, second, or third round this year. That's why he transferred to Texas Tech to act like, he's all of a sudden this hot prospect, hot commodity. Where did that come from? Pre-draft cycles, this dude was considered a 6th, 7th round pick. That's why he went back to college.
Get as far away from this kid as you possibly. Mike, if he plays 3 bets, got himself in trouble due to some bad luck, that's one thing. The kid placed 9,000 bets. Let me ask you something. You as an adult, how many bets have you placed in your adult life?
Not 9,000.
This is what I'm saying. Debo is 100% right. This dude is a degenerate gambler, Mike. He has no business being anywhere near our locker room. It's not going to happen. Why Pittsburgh continues to media continues to talk about him? It's blowing my mind.
What don't these people understand? McCarthy McCarthy handpicked Drew Aller. McCarthy wanted Drew Aller. They traded up to get him. Why would they waste a pick next year?
Maybe that's why, because they have bad decision making on quarterbacks, perhaps.
What the fuck?
But that, Mike, again, why are we still talking about him? And this also, Mike, Debo, we're gonna cross some hairs here talking about Debo Samuel, Mike, in this particular category is up. A lot of people, of course, I'm seeing yesterday on the board, people said they would love to have Debo. We were going to add another weapon again to the team. Mike, Brandon Ayuk down. down. He also falls in the category today. Why is he still even in the conversation? As much of a shit as he's been to San Francisco over the past 3 years, why would you want him anywhere near this team? Mike, again, it isn't like we have one wide receiver. We do have a wide receiver room now. Please drop the Brandon Ayuk talk. I just see something this morning. The Steelers are good. There's good news for the Steelers. Brandon Ayuk is not getting along with San Francisco or something like this. Mike, again, after seeing what happened with San Francisco, why would you want this guy anywhere near your locker room? I know I sure wouldn't. Please drop this conversation.
Exactly. When's the last time this guy's played football?
I have no clue.
Like, this isn't like, baseball, basketball, hockey, where if you take some time off, you come back and you're right back into it, man. This is football where you're getting your body's getting hit hard every single day. And it's like one of those skills. Like if you don't use it, it goes away kind of quick. We saw what happened with Lev Bell. Took a year off. He came back. He was not the same. And like there's difference coming back from injury. You're rehabbing constantly, ready to getting back out there. But when you're just not playing and you're fucking about, you're not going to be in football shape. Ayuk hasn't played a competitive down in what, year and a half, 2 years, it feels like. No. And the guy's just a cancer, stay far away from far away from him. He actually did us a favor in the long run by, going to them going, hey, Steelers and I worked out a contract. You guys can execute the trade you had worked out. And they go, oh, really? What was it? Okay, we'll match it. And then he double-crossed us. That was the best thing he ever did for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And he can stay over there and not become
absolutely. It's dropped. I see that RB's. Sorry, Somber's not seeing where it is. It's smack dab in the middle of one of the Pittsburgh sites. I tried to look it up real quick, but I don't care that much, to be honest. It's today. Somebody said the news in San Francisco is good news for the Steelers. Again, I'm not even sure where it was. I do apologize for not having the source, but let's continue on, Mike. Let's talk about this offense. We have again pretty nice thumbnail today. It has Darnell Washington. It has Rico Dowdle. Let's get into some conversation about these two, Mike. As I'm seeing Mark Sherloth, of course, Mike, a Hall of Famer, played with the Denver Broncos in the late 90s. Mike, he's bullish. He is positive on some Rico Dowdle this year, saying he's a huge battering ram type running back. And then on the other hand, Mike, somebody makes this comment. Let me see if I can't find it real quick. ESPN projects slight decline in production for Rico Dowdle. Mike, I have an answer to this. I agree with Mark Sheriff. I don't think there's any reason to be down on him. However, I think coming into this offense where you were going to split time realistically with Jaylen Warren regularly, I think perhaps if he has a decline in production, like ESPN is saying, I think it's due to that. Perhaps maybe the offense being different, possibly, hopefully a little better than what Carolina was doing down there in offense. These are the reasons. I don't think it's because of him. I don't think it's because he's declining for any reason. Mike, I think Rico Dowdle is going to be a big part of this offense, as KG was, Mike. But again, with this particular offense, with the personnel, with, again, sharing time with Jaylen Warren, it wouldn't surprise me to see some bit of a pullback on his production.
Oh, no, it's not going to be from him, from his ability sapping. It's like you just said, man, splitting time with Jaylen Warren. And then you figure all the mouths to feed on the receiving positions, man. Because like you said, now we just don't have DK now. We got DK. We got, Pittman Jr. We Bernard. We got Roman. All those guys. Then the two tight ends, possibly Nowakowski. Then the run game. So yeah, there's not a lot of football to go around with all those skill players. So guys' numbers are going to drop, but I think they're going to be very, very effective. And it's going to be a high-scoring, high-powered offense where everyone's going to eat. I don't think anyone's going to feast or that's going to cause someone to famine. You're going to see these guys have nice stat lines, but nothing eye-popping like, oh, my God, this is an all-pro guy. But they're going to be all productive and fill their role perfectly, man. Now, the only way I can see Rico maybe having more success than he did last year in Carolina is if he just takes the bull by the horns and just becomes that bell cow running back, the one that you're just going to give him the ball 25 times a game. But I don't think that's going to happen. I think because him and Jaylen Warren are both so good, you're going to want to get them both involved.
And the fact of the matter is, it's kind of, and I understand it's under a new coach, it's a new scheme, it's a new team, but at the end of the day, you do have Jalen Warren, and the guy has been the very productive second
Yes.
half of a nice
Yeah.
combination of running backs, whether it be Najee Harris, whether it be KG, whether it be
Mhm.
Rico. So again, Mike, I think if any reason that he does have some kind of decline in his game, it's going to be due to that. However, not enough to I think that's going to make us sit around and say, this guy isn't any good. That's crazy to me, Mike. But let's get back on the board here for a little bit. I don't want to get behind today. A lot going on the board. I apologize, guys. Let me go right here to Mark Malone. He says Harmon was big. Absolutely. He was a huge part of that defense and stopping the run. No two ways about it. Tyrone says, I see year 2 breakout of Harmon. And you know what? Again, if he has a big season, Mike, what does that do for him? Because, again, when he wasn't in the lineup, the running game, run defense suffered. When he was in there, the run defense was stout. So at the end of the day, Mike, a breakout season for Harmon is going to make a lot of happy Yinzers. I promise you that.
Oh, yeah. They are going to be ecstatic, brother.
Coach T on the board. Fake Mike Tomlin says, I love you, Squeege. Always the love on the terrible board. Let's go here to Yinzer Joe. PFF relies on the trained football knowledge from former NFL coaches to determine what a player should and shouldn't have done based on alignments, then grade. Mark Malone says, then from Sandusky. I'm not sure where Mark was going with that. Let's go here to Ty. Ty says, PFF ran by Chris Collinworth. Facts, Mike, all you need to know. Laugh my ass off. Tortilla says, I don't know if it's true, but I heard PFF has a bunch of Uber drivers doing their grades. Perhaps that is what's going on. Chris Collinsworth, he's running a tight ship over there. I want to see what's up to. I want to say what's up to my man Kenneth Jones. What's up, dude? He says, hey guys, on the terrible board, great seeing you, Kenneth, as always. Hope things are going good for you, brother. As we will be in 2 weeks saying we have football camp this month. I'm just saying, guys, we're not that far off. Just because it's hot and just because it's June doesn't mean that we are that far off, guys. We're getting there. We're getting there. Kenneth says, TJ, 15 to 18 sacks. You know what? And that's where I'm at too. 15 and a half, 16 and a half is basically where I'm riding. And you know what? Again, if he gets that along with the other things that he did well, I'm not going to be complaining as much. Let's get to Tyrone. He says, Kenneth, what's going on? Squeegee confirmed you're gay. That must be to fake Coach T by just the way I'm reading it. I do believe that's where that is directed. Let's go here to Cody. He says, you remember that one time that Denver's cornerback Chris Harris didn't let up a touchdown for 2 years. Antonio Brown put up like 300 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. Let's go to Jay. What's up, Jello Donut? Always great seeing you in the house. Always great seeing you on the terrible board. Jello says Cleveland traded Miles, who is a better defensive end than Watt. It's time to deal his ass. It's too much money for a defensive end. And that's been a lot of the debate over the past couple of weeks, certainly here in the Berg, or if you want to refer to our show, for the past couple of years. So absolutely, it's certainly in question for a reason. Tyrone said, yes, sir, Cody. Also, Tyrone says this. See, JPJ was 3 years. That's actually crazy to think about. Kenneth says this. TJ always does other splash plays besides sacks. That's never an issue. And that's the one thing I want to see as I'm continuing to monitor him along the way. I want to see those splash plays continue. So, again, TJ Watt under the microscope this year. That's a lot of money. You know what? When you pay somebody that kind of money, you have to be under the microscope. You have to be open for audit. You know what I mean? You can't just blindly give somebody the most money in the league at that particular point and just let them go. You got to monitor. You have to monitor the situation. I think that's human nature. Let's continue right here. Tyrone. Yep, like I said, I want 24 Watt back. Jello Donut says this. He says Watt had a lung problem. He is long gone. Boom. I'm not sure what that was coming in, maybe from the vertical mic, but I do want to say welcome to whoever that is with the boom. Tyrone says this. This is the first year, last 5 years, where I think the Steelers actually have a chance. I'm feeling really good about this Steeler team. Listen, last year we said that the Steelers could certainly win that division. And what did they do? They won that division. This year, I feel we could certainly win playoff games. And I think that we can win playoff games. Again, guys, buckle up. This could be a really fun season. We're putting the work in, Mike. It's not because it's due to lack of effort. This team is certainly putting in their share of work this offseason. I mean, it's no secret to anybody.
No, they do it year in, year out too, man. There's always tinkering with the roster, trying to make it better. But man, this year I think they've hit everything's been a home run so far. I see every addition working out well.
I'm just going to jump down real quick because before I said I didn't know where Mark was going with this. PFF from Sandusky, Ohio. Is that where they're at, Mike?
No,
'Cause I know you're familiar with.
oh yeah, I lived up there for a while actually. Yeah, but no, they're not up there.
Okay, I assumed because of Collinsworth, Ohio, perhaps for some reason I thought they were somewhere in Ohio, but I don't know. I don't know this. Let's continue on. Let's go right here to Agreed Tyrone. Squeege says also, Robert, I seen this one coming up, so I couldn't wait to get here. And Mike, I might split the game ball because again, I hinted toward the game ball earlier, but Robert has won my my game ball for today with this one. He says sometimes I look at Cleveland before I flush. Come on, that's pretty good. Game ball there to Robert with that. Yinzer Joe says this Cleveland realized they need to dump and get young. They'd have to be real stupid not to accept the offer they got for guy. Absolutely, I think it was a good move. And they're the Browns. Listen, Myles Garrett isn't the difference between the Super Bowl and no Super Bowl in Cleveland. You see what I'm saying? If they were a good team, Mike, this might be a different conversation. If they were a player or two away from being whatever, they're not. They're Cleveland. So again, for Cleveland, I think this is actually a smart move.
Did you just say Cleveland and smart move?
I know.
I froze. My computer froze. My monitor froze.
I was gonna go. Yeah, I'm ready to go.
I was stroking out.
Shower. I feel weird saying it. Gross.
Not a smart move.
Tyrone said this is the best roster since 27. It's again. I agree. We're looking good, guys. I would feel optimistic. I do feel optimistic. Into Joe says the Bengals still have they have a trash linebacker core and an offense. You know, here's the thing about that quarterback made of glass. If he had an ideal situation where people block for him, I think he could be damn good. But you're right, he is made of glass. Unfortunately, hell of a quarterback. But I don't know if he's gonna get if you're gonna get what you should expect from Joe Burrow while he's in Cincinnati. Unfortunately for him, he's probably stuck there for some time. Tyrone says in the secondary is absolutely secondary. They're garbage. Kyle Duggar, Yinzer Joe Somber says, "What are we yapping about?" My man, all the way from Los Angeles, California. It's always great seeing Somber in the house. He says, "What are we yapping about today?" Just a little bit of everything. It's all that's going on right now, man. As we are just 2 weeks away from being in July. And then again, once we're in July, we say this. We have football camp this month. We are playing preseason football. Before you know it, then you know what happens once you get to that point. Tyrone, offense, defense, Somber. We got a little bit of everything going on. Let's go here to Ty. I'm sorry, Tortilla. Tortilla says, my neck, my back, my pussy, and my crack is what Tortilla got going on the board. Let's go here to Kenneth. Kenneth says, can you believe we're the 25th power ranked team? You know what? Again, does it surprise us, Ken?
No.
You know, and then I'm sure they had Baltimore in the top 5 in the one poll we looked at a few weeks back. Top 5? This team started 1-5 last year. This team lost both games to the Pittsburgh Steelers last year. This team did not win the division like they were predicted. Oh, by the way, they had an MVP quarterback. Again, garbage. Again, this is why that these polls, you know, and again, we will read them. I like rankings, but at the end of the day, Mike, geez, it doesn't surprise me at all. We're at 25th, and not for the reason that we're talking about. Just because this is how they play the Steelers. This is what they do.
Yeah, and again, it just boggles my mind and baffles me that you and I can sit here, and the board too can sit here for 4 years now, just watching the Steelers day in and day out and seeing what they're doing. And these people who are paid handsomely cannot see it clearly or are told not to see it clearly. It's just frustrating. It's like, obviously this Steelers team is better than Baltimore. 10-2 in the last 12 meetings.
Yes,
in the regular season. And
I mean,
they're
that's a joke to me.
The division every year, like that is an ass kicking among ass kickings. That's not a rivalry anymore. That's Steelers versus Browns.
You're right.
The Steelers Browns games are closer now than the Steelers Ravens games.
I'm seeing it right here at the top of the screen. Steelmatic, I do want to say welcome to you. He says Lamar Jackson's 3-7 against Pittsburgh. And again, the Steelers have beat them 10 of the last 12 times. That's 5 years worth of wins, Mike, in the past 6 years.
Yeah,
for the Steelers.
Insane. And I know,
and take away the playoff win. That's even less wins for Baltimore in the regular. They've beat us one time in the last 12 games in regular season.
Yeah, and ultimately, the ultimate benchmark is Super Bowl. They haven't been as close. Like, they haven't gone to it. Neither have we. So they can't say their seasons have been better by any metric. Their seasons have not been better than ours. And they have, the 2-time MVP. And, they have
King Henry.
They are the golden child of the NFL outside of Kansas City. It's Kansas City, Buffalo, and Baltimore in the AFC, and only one of them has done anything. Two of them keep choking away every chance they get.
Well, Buffalo is never not choked. I mean, that thing about Buffalo that makes me laugh. You either get it done or you don't. This team has literally choked every opportunity that it's ever had away. All the way back to OJ, they choked. All the way back to the early 90s, 4 in a row to the Super Bowl, they choked. All with under the Josh Allen era, they choked. Buffalo literally should be in no conversations ever about anything because again, they've never done anything besides choke. At least Kansas City's winning Super Bowls. At least Baltimore, they've won Super Bowls. Mike, that Buffalo again. I know the Bills Mafia, they get excitable and they get a lot of attention, but at the end of the day, this team has never not choked.
Dude, what they did, like for Buffalo and even for Baltimore, Kansas City was down this year. The AFC was wide open. You were the two heir apparents to the Mahomes dynasty.
One of those teams should have took advantage. They didn't. Like both New England and Denver are your championship game.
Yeah,
come on.
Both quarterbacks choked in the season away. The regular season, the postseason, Josh Allen fumbling like 15 times when no one's around him in the playoff game. They choked.
Now they had some issues. Let's move along. A lot of things going on the board. Somber, he's not a non-concern at the moment. Of course, I was going back to Broderick. Tyrone says, Jones is cooked. He's going on the IR. Robuster is going to pup injury IR. That is Mark Malone. Tyrone says, y'all watch the behind-the-scenes draft video Steelers dropped. It was fire. I had not. I might check that out. I did not, though. Tyrone made me love Max even more for real. I like me some Max, baby. I can't wait to see him get out there and do his thing. Somber agrees with Debo, of course, going back to the take on Sorsby. Debo saying this guy is a degenerate gambler. They should not even be able to be in this league. And you know what? It's hard to say, Mike, because, again, a very young man. How close are you to getting your 9,000th bet in on anything in your life at your point, at your age, Mike?
Not even close. It's not even just like the 9,000. It was being underage, having people place the bets for you, going to a state where gambling is illegal and having people place bets for you. It's just like potential felonies that he committed. It is just baffling.
Did you ever have any? And listen, this is just actually for fun. I'm not even trying to be debatable here. Have none of us though went and had somebody buy us alcohol when we were under 21? And sometimes go out of the area so I mean, again, he's a kid, but 9,000, that is what catches my attention. Like 9,000 of anything should put you in a category no matter what it is you're doing.
And like, this is one of the golden rules in sports. You don't gamble on your team, whether to win, lose, draw, and you don't gamble on your sport. Like these are things that everyone knows once you get to a certain level in sports, and he broke it. It's like one of the golden rules. Like
9,000 times.
Yeah, you can do anything and still get a second chance. But the one thing athletes have been banned for is gambling, and you do it.
And you did it excessively. I mean, you hear the stories, the horror stories. Pete Rose. I mean, come on. Mike, Pete Rose should be in the Hall of Fame. The guy has more hits than anybody in the history of the world. You see what gambling did, and there you are, 9,000 again, underage. That is, again, that's the conversation ender right there. Sorsby, get the hell out of here. This conversation should never ever be in Pittsburgh ever again. Let's continue on. Let's go right here. I think he should be able to play, but maybe should be suspended. I'm sorry. I don't know. I've seen much worse and guys still in the league. Tyrone follows it up by saying this. He says, I don't want him, though. Just wait till the actual 27 class. I agree. Why? I agree. Why take the gamble on him? Because he might not even be the guy for you. What if he comes here and he's no good, or he comes up here and he doesn't? So again, I don't want him anywhere near our locker room. Somber says McCarthy will handpick another one next year, and it won't be Sorsby. I couldn't agree with you more. I can't wait till next year's draft to see how that plays out. Let's go down here to Mark Maloney. Says, yeah, I don't get these Sorsby jizzings. I don't either. It sounds fun. And I think when people were saying this guy could be a first rounder, and which I know, Mike, you disagree with, I think that gets people excited. People say, "Oh, this is a first round quarterback. We can get a chance." Again, there's a lot of other things that goes into this guy. Me personally, I don't want him anywhere near.
It's just funny. You read scouting reports on him before he transferred from Cincinnati to Texas Tech in this offseason. There was no scuttlebutt about him being a first rounder, but the minute the gambling story came out, he's a first round pick, man. You can get him on the cheap. This is like agents doing a shit ton of work with the media here.
Yeah. I agree. Somber says, I haven't heard any legit. You know what the thing is? It wasn't a huge story, but I just keep seeing it pop up. This Ayuk. And another thing, I understand it's what they do. They try to keep you drawn in with stories and get your attention. And, he's a good wide receiver. However, look at everything else that he brings to the table over the past 3 years. Since the first time we started talking about possibly him being a Steeler, it's been one thing after another with Ayuk. Again, I would like to see that go away. Deebo Samuel, I would like to see in our wide receiver room, though. But again, we'll see. We'll see if anything happens here in this offseason. Tyrone says we were good on wide receivers. We got Pittman and traded up for Bernard and want to see Roman take a jump. Guys, this is right here something that who said it? Trey Essex. Mike, your buddy Trey Essex.
My buddy Trey.
He says this Roman must take it upon himself to build a relationship with Aaron Rodgers over the break. Can Aaron Rodgers just throw it to me if I'm open? What is this got to be? Again, I'm not quite sure what's going on with the Roman, Mike. The whole entire season 1 as a rookie out with injury. The whole entire season 2, Aaron Rodgers, he just didn't get the ball thrown to him that much or get the playing time. Mike, what is the deal again with Roman Wilson? Why does he need to create a relationship? Can't he go out there and play football, get open, and get the pass thrown to him? Is this more of a high school thing, or is Trey Essex looking more into this than it really is?
I think what it is like gaining the trust of like, hey, are you going to be in the right spot where I need you to be?
Was he in the wrong spot all those times that he got hit with the passes last year? I mean,
no, I don't think so. No,
I agree.
And going back and watching some of the film, like when he was in there, and like you said, when the ball was thrown to him, he was in the right spot, right time, and made the plays.
Yeah,
and I think it's more of an Arthur Smith, Mike Tomlin thing. Like he was in their doghouse and wasn't out there a hell of a lot. And when he was out there, Rodgers was really just trying to get the ball out of his hands quickly as he could towards the latter part of the season. And from what we're hearing from Roman and all the coaches, like he's looking really good in OTAs, looking really good in minicamp. Like he's going to be in a good part of the offense. So yeah, I have a good feeling that he's going to have a breakout year. I don't think it's going to be anything gaudy, but it's going to be one of those things, one of those seasons where you look at the numbers, like not bad for, the fourth receiver on the team. And he made some heady plays and, gained, I hate to say this, but, gained the trust of Rodgers of like, hey, I know you're going to be in the right spot. I can trust you with the ball. You're not going to do anything stupid. You're going to get what you can get. And we're going to keep the offense running. And I think he's going to have a good year because now he's not being counted on to be a high volume, high production guy. He's just going to have to go out there and be a productive receiver, and I think this could be a damn good spot for him.
All right, hope you're right, Mike. I hope you're right. Again, Trey Essex is making it sound like it's a high school kind of you know what, I got to get on my on his good
Yeah.
side. If I do, you know, again, this is pro football. If the guy's good, he has talent, give him the fucking ball, see what he can do. So again, your boy Trey, Mike, he made some more comments on some things. I'm going to stick with Trey today. However, let me do for a few comments still to come, but let me get back to the board, Mike, to keep things going. Somber says the CTE in his knee spread to his brain. You know
That's
what?
a good one.
I'm going 3 ways on the game ball today. Somber gets a third of the game ball for that. That is pretty good. Let's go here to
Ain't gay if it's in a
Steelmatic.
three-way.
Hey, Steelmatic Honda says this Steeler Nation fire big baby. Always great seeing Steelmatic
brother?
in the house on the terrible board. Mark Malone says they think we miss AB. Let's go to Steelmatic. He says, Tyrone, salute for show. Tyrone exchanging pleasantries. Robert says this. The Steelers punctured TJ Watt's lung by mistake. There is 0 long-term effects. TJ will be just fine. We hope you're right. I hope you're right, man. Let's go to Tyrone. Tyrone says, what we averaged 23.4 last year per game. I think we get 27 range. Hey, moving on up, baby. Like George and Wheezy, baby, we moving on up. Jello Donut says this. Anyone address what Trump said to change the name away from football? I do not. What is he suggesting? I don't know about that, Jello. Throw it up there. I'd like to hear it. Steelmatic says this. He says that Tyrone pull up Friday. I'm back live. Right here, Mark Malone says PFF from Sandusky, Ohio. Let's go here to Somber. Somber says stroking out. Hey yo, Squeege says I love the joke. Cleveland is like taking a shit, requires straining unpleasant noises in you're relieved when it's all over with. Man, that couldn't be more on the head, Squeege, my man. Always great to see Squeege back. Lamar Jackson 3-7 against Pittsburgh. Facts, baby. Facts. Tyrone facts. G Honda, we own them, absolutely, man. Of course, going back to Steelmatic. Let's go here to Squeege. Squeege says hard to address what Trump says when you can't take. I dropped out of politics entirely because the whole thing's a joke. The whole thing is a fucking disaster, and I don't trust any of them. Let's continue forward here. Let's go to Jello Donut. Jello Donut says this. He says, Robert, anytime an organ is damaged, it will never be the same. It's optimistic of you, but there is also scuttlebutt that the Steelers can't deal him because he won't pass a physical. Boy, would that be the shitty thing. Wouldn't that be the shitty way for this to go, Mike? If they do decide to make a move on him, and it's
they can't because
they can't.
You got the lung alley.
Wow, I didn't even put that into consideration. Steelmatic says Tyrone like A-Rod owns the Bears. The Bears. Mark Malone. Kelly gun all over again, baby. Jim Kelly. You say what you want about them losing 4 Super Bowls. That was a good fucking team. That was a good. They were just as stacked as anybody that they played.
Yeah.
They just couldn't get it done in the last game of the year. They really couldn't. Steelmatic, I blame NIL, transfer portal, in the NCAA. Also, Mark Malone says this. I don't even think I've spanked my monkey. You know what? That was. I was trying to think of anything that I could have possibly done 9,000 times, and I guess this would be the only consideration, Mark. But you know what? I've got to be getting close. I've got to.
I see. I think I'm up there with Will Chamberlain type numbers. You know, he said 20,000 women. I think I'm at 20,000 spanks.
I mean, you try to think about it. 365 days a year, and then there was those years in when you're a teenager. I mean, it was like
multiple
2, 3, 4, 5 times a day. So again, this could be the one thing that I may be comparable to, but it's taken me this long. This Sorsby, he's already placed 9,000 bets. He's at 20, in his early 20s. So, but Mark, we're definitely same page in it. Let's go back to Steelmatic. NCAA football has been lodging money from alumni. I know. Again, I certainly have my complaints about college. At the end of the day, Tortilla says about to go to the doctor for my back. Wish me luck. Good luck, dude. Good luck, bro. My man, Tortilla. Corey, don't drink that. Says Sorsby is just another distraction we don't need. I couldn't agree more. We don't need him. We don't need that. And again, there's no guarantees he's going to be this good quarterback. So say you get in there and you give up a second or whatever, and I don't think this is worth it at all. Tyrone, yeah, we're good on Sorsby. There's a lot more quarterbacks coming out that are doing better. Absolutely. Steel Maddox says college football, especially the Power Five, has always been a big business cycle. Absolutely. With alleged under the table player incentives, recruiting incentives in the 5-star rankings. He goes on to say this: Roman changed his number to 14. How hilarious. Hey, you know what? It helped Pickens and it helped KG.
Hell yeah. Aaron's going to be out there high on perks, and he's like, oh, man, that's Kenny G. I'm dumping it down.
He's going to be high on perks. He's going to be sniffing his thing.
It's smelling salts.
Wouldn't you just shit if he just goes off with this number 14 and has just an amazing season, outperforming other people that he shouldn't be, perhaps?
I want to see Aaron. He was ripping the smelling salts. Him and Broderick Jones, and then Aaron, throwing that slant pass to DK that DK took to the house. I want to see some of that. I want to see Mad Max, Aaron Rodgers, and Roman ripping smelling salts before every play. Fuck, I want Dunker out there ripping smelling salts before every play.
Absolutely. Steel Maddox said if he could only I'm sorry, let me jump right here. I missed one. Steel Maddox said Roman is seemingly entitled. I'm getting Chase Claypool vibes, like he's feeling like he's back at Michigan with big fish in a small pond mentality. That's interesting. Steel Maddox said if only Roman could get consistent. But on the other hand, he's got to get those opportunities, because with the exception of that late season fumble last year, all he did was catch passes that were thrown to him. So again, he has to get that opportunity. Tortilla says we got enough balls for a three-way. Let's go down here to Mark. Mark says I don't know how he can't be a contributing factor. Mark says dude is super quick. Yeah, I got to figure out what the hell's going on, man. Corey says, I'm sorry, Mark Malone turned him into a no-good lunger. Lunger? Let's go to Corey. Corey says, I have doubted that spank count. I hurt. Wait, what? Corey says, I may have doubled that spank count. I'm sorry. I've hurt so hard, maybe? Hard? I don't know. It seems funny, though. It seems like I'm running out of game balls for this day, but that sounds funny. Jello Donut said this was on June 12th. What would be the name then? Yeah, I don't know. Jello Donut says this also. FIFA must have more money than the NFL. Tyrone says DK, Pittman, Bernard, 4 plus 11 plus 17, 32. I seen that somewhere. Somebody had that somewhere. And Mark Malone says A-Rod needs more, needs a little Krylon in that sniffer. Mike, let's talk about, I got a couple things here about Washington I want to talk about, because we're rounding third on the show, but we still got some time. A couple more topics. Darnell Washington, Mike, you've seen today, there's articles about him, talking about his weight, talking about a few things. Mike, Darnell Washington, initially, Mike, talking about his contract here with Pittsburgh, of course, getting his extension. He says it's a dream come true, which I couldn't agree with more. Mike, I love Darnell Washington. Again, he may be my favorite Steeler right now. Mike, of course, he makes these comments when he was being asked about possibly making the move to tackle. Why don't we let this guy be a dominant freak at tight end for a while? Why does it always got to be something else? Why does it got to be he's getting so when are you going to put him the offensive tackle? Why? Just let the guy run people over. Listen, Mike, we got a little taste of it last year after the guy didn't get the opportunity for the first year or two of his contract. Let this guy go out and dominate with his size. I don't care if he's 300 pounds. I don't care if he's 400 pounds. I'm going to give him the ball. I'm going to let him rumble, stumble, bumble down the field and score touchdowns and just do awesome things. Why does it always have to be something? Why? Mike again asked this about moving to tackle. He says it would probably be later on. Get that out of your mind. We have a season coming up. We're looking good. We're putting this team together. Let Darnell Washington catch a ball and run 15 people over. Why does it always have to be something stupid tagged with it? Like, why? Why do they do it?
Just for something to talk about, or people said it and then now they just want to double down on it. It's not like the Steelers have in the past 3 drafts invested a first-round pick in tackles. You got your franchise left tackle in Fatano, looking like you're going to have your right tackle in Mad Max. Why the fuck do we want to move a weapon defenses are struggling to stop. Let's go put him on the offense.
Struggling's not even the
look at the size of him. He's an offensive tackle.
Struggling is not even Mike. This is video game dominance.
You throw the ball to him on a 4-yard out, and he falls forward and extends, and you got a first fucking down.
Let the guy be awesome. For F's sake, come on. Get the guy the ball. Let him rumble, stumble, bumble down the field. And you know what? I don't think I've ever once seen him get hit in a situation where it was a loss or anything. Every time he touches the ball, as you said, Mike, even if he gets tackled, he leans forward and gains, 15 yards. This guy, let him do his thing. Again, I don't care if he's 200, 300, 400, 500 pounds. By all means, shut up and let him do it. Mike, we have big opportunities this year. We're putting together a passing offense where we're expected to score a lot of points. That means we're going to be in the red zone quite often. If people what they're saying is correct, is true. Darnell Washington can certainly excel there. Matter of fact, Mike, I've never seen him not get tackled in a sense where he didn't look like Mario from Mario Brothers, getting the little star running around, killing everybody because people can't take him down. Like they bounce off of him. Shut up. Offensive line, tackles. It's so, again, just some of the dumb stuff, Mike, in the offseason that people talk about. This one kind of got me. Darnell is my guy. Let him go out and be badass. You've seen Travis Kelce. You've seen Mark. You've seen Gronkowski. Mike, these guys continuously dominated from the tight end position. This guy hasn't even started yet, in my opinion. He gave us a taste of what he has. Let him go out and do what he does, at least for the next couple of years. Worry about the other shit later. Again, this really has nothing to do with anything. I want to see this guy run people over more than anything, Mike. And that's where I'm at with Darnell.
I want to see Darnell just.
And there's the problem. Like, real quick. He's not looking any worse off. Let's just say he is gaining weight.
Yeah.
Mike, was there anything last year from the year prior that made it feel like he was falling off because he got heavier? He looks more dominant the more weight that he gains.
Yeah.
Let this guy dominate, please.
He looks more fluid in his movements. He's never going to be a great route runner the way like Gronk or Kelsey or Kittle were. So you're going to have to scheme ways to get him open to get some separation on some of these guys. But he's so big, the guys can be in his hip pocket and he can make the catch. But he's not the greatest route runner. I get that. Like, find ways to get him open. People think he's going to block, so you do those stupid little act like I'm going to block, sneak out, and then you catch a pass, and there's no one there. You got those long strides. You take 3 or 4 steps, you're 15 yards down the field. So things like that. He's never going to be a down the seam, those corner routes, the way Fryer moves for runs. He's not going to be that guy.
He's not trying to beat out the Gonzaleses and the Joey Porters in the league, Mike. He's running patterns against inside linebackers.
Yeah,
it's going to be okay. Get him the fucking ball.
He's going to be that guy in the middle of the field in your outs, and you have Pat Fry to stretch the field from the tight end position. They'll find ways to get him open. Like Arthur Smith was finding ways to get him open, but he kept going away from it.
Arthur Smith was finding ways to suck. Everything he did sucked.
Yeah. So now Angelico, like I being here, everywhere he's gone, tight ends have had really good success. So I'm looking for good years out of Patty Fry and Darnell Washington.
I hope you're right, Mike. Again, it's like Arthur Smith was looking for ways to not make things better. Very frustrating. Glad he's gone. I don't envy the people at Ohio State, but perhaps his style converts better to the college football. I don't know. Hopefully it translates to that, but we will see. Let's continue on the board. Let's go to Corey. He says we call it Pigskin Fouls League, the PFL. Tyrone says Steel Loyal came up with that, and then the Big G Know-It-Alls had a show the other day about it. I'm not sure what that's referring to. Let's go to Corey. Don't drink that. He says it'd have all the rig games in those files. Let's go here. Some love to number 80 all day, baby. That's my dude. Darnell Washington, man. I think Darnell could be tight end number. Bro, I think that Darnell Washington could. Again, he's freakish. If you don't use that to your advantage, shame on you. Shame on you, because I promise you, there are teams that would do it to us over and over and over if they had a guy of that size. I'm just telling you they would. And if you don't use it, again, shame on you. Okay, tight end number 1. That's where I thought you were going, Ty. I did pick up on that. Squeech says this exactly. We have a guy that literally can't be tackled, and they want him to block. That's what I'm saying. He's of arcade caliber. And we're talking about putting him on offensive line. Again, maybe down the road, just a conversation you have, but come on. Come on. Squeeze says, cough, Dumlin. Jello Donut says, exactly. That sneak him out. Absolutely. Sneak him out, run out tight end screen. Absolutely. There's ways to get a guy a ball, Mike, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Mark Malone says, I wanted to hit him running downhill. If I'd want to hit him running downhill if possible. Mark Malone also says this. He says, hit him when he already has a head of steam. Corey says Darnell would be a top tight end if they stopped using him as a blocker on 98% of the plays. Let him carry 20 guys down the field to the end zone.
He's never going to be in that top 10 elite tight end, but he can be a top 15, top 20 guy. He does not have
everything that you said
route
he
running
have,
ability of it.
He does fine though. The thing is, he's a freak. He doesn't need to have all the things that average tight ends use to make them good tight ends. He has what none of them have. He has freakish size, and I think that's what separates.
He does. But like the overall profile of those elite pass catching tight ends, he's not there with them.
None of them are there with him. None of them have his size.
But they're all more productive than him. Don't get me wrong. I love Darnell Washington. You got to admit
that's not by his own doing. That's because he's not given the opportunities that Gronkowski. We certainly will.
I hope he does like that. But just from what I'm seeing from, I love Darnell Washington. I'm just saying, there's.
The only thing that stopped him was his own coaching staff. They just didn't give him the opportunities because every time he touched it, he ran people over. How could you not continue to go to a guy that just doesn't get tackled? To me, that is come on. That's
so when he doesn't have 1,300 yards this year, I'll remember
Mike,
everyone's
1,300 yards. You really think that's going to be the case, huh?
If he doesn't end up with 1,000 yards, then.
With everything else we got on offense, I'm sure. Listen, if he was on a team that ran the offense like that, I think it's very doable. But again, his size trumps skill set of a lot of players. Just because, again, I haven't seen Travis Kelce get dragged 4 guys down the field. I haven't seen Rob Gronkowski, which I've seen him drag a lot of guys. It's just still he's bigger than Gronkowski, and Gronkowski did drag quite a few guys down.
He did, but I think it's. I don't think he's ever going to be in that tier of tight ends, but I think he's going to be
because we don't run. And unless it all depends, Mike. If this offense turns into something like they run, of course he won't be because the offense they run is based around those guys. If they don't run an offense based around him the way they did around Kelce and Gronk, you won't see those numbers. I agree with you 100%. But I don't. And nothing has showed me that he can't be that guy. But let's move on. Let's get back to the board. Let's go here to Jello Donut. He says this. You know what? I think I missed one. Let's go here. Tyrone Darnell does it all. We need to get him more red zone targets. I couldn't agree more. Let's go to Somber. Somber says, hit Darnell on a quick screen with Riley and Pat in front of him. Watch the pins fall. Let's go here to Jello Donut. Darnell loves to eat. Let him cook out there on the field. I agree. Squeege says this. Imagine how clueless you got to be to see a guy multiple times require at least 3 people to tackle him. And you go, let's make him a lineman. I agree. Again, this is it's not high football IQ. That's all. Let's continue right here. Let's go to Tyrone. I want to see Bernard get screen Troy Darnell in front of him. We're going to see a little bit of it all, baby. Somber says this. Bernard would be on those boys' heels. LOL, they're too slow. A couple other things, Mike, talking about a rookie. Of course, right here we're talking about Bernard a little bit. And, of course, Trey Essex made a few comments, Mike, that I do want to touch base with you today. Before we do begin to wrap it up, Trey Essex, Mike, expects Weegan to be one of the Pittsburgh Steelers' most influential rookies, Mike, this year. Again, you're more familiar with Trey Essex. You do battle with him on the Twitter. Mike, is he in the ballpark with this? Because just the other day, some people were saying the opposite again about Weegan not showing as much this year that they wanted to see so far in the OTAs and rookies. Mike, is Trey Essex onto something here?
He might be because if he's just a returner, which I think that's all he needs to be, just be the kick returner, be the punt returner, and do those explosive and just have some good returns to get us in really good field position, flip the field for us, set that offense up for success. He's not going to be out there at wide receiver. He's not going to be out there at running back. That's not why they drafted him. They drafted him to be I hate to put this type of hype on him, but a Devin Hester-esque type of guy. They picked him in the 4th round for his return ability, not for his wide receiver ability, not for any gadget plays, but for a return threat. And that's all he's going to be. And that's how he's going to have to impact the game. And I think he can with that speed and that ability, because dude is just a pure returner. And you have a specialist like that, they better be an impact player, even as a rookie, because you're only counting on to do one thing out there, and that is get us good field position, don't fumble the ball. And he should be able to do that because he was very effective at Iowa at doing that. He's great at it, but he's not going to be anything effective on the offense.
All right. You know what? We got one more to go over. Let me just grab Somber here. Somber, I couldn't agree with you more with getting them guys out in front of him. Troy, Darnell, Bernard could certainly do some things because, of course, Somber says Bernard will be on their heels because they're too slow. I agree with that. I agree both with you and Tyrone. I think it could be good, and I also think that you are also right, Somber. Let's go right here to Somber where he says, I can see that. I think we averaged the 35 last year. If he can get us an extra 10 to 20 yards a return, his impact will be huge. Of course, talking about Weegan, absolutely. And Mark Malone, we've got a lot of pieces, man. And I do agree with you, Mark. This is why I'm not feeling bad and not apologetic for being optimistic about this team at all. I think, again, the two teams that were in the AFC championship game last year, between that Patriots team, who did add, don't get me wrong, Mike, they got a big A.J. Brown pickup from Philadelphia. I think that certainly plays a role in making the New England Patriots better. But if you look at the AFC championship game between Denver and New England, guys, there's no reason this Pittsburgh Steelers team should not be smack dab in the middle of this. So, again, very optimistic. I'm not going to be apologetic for that at all. Mike, last topic before we get into the next process of the show, Mike, the next stages, because this is about something said by Trey Essex and also something is near and dear to Tyrone's heart. Mike, this is something that Trey Essex says. Trey Essex, JPJ needs to get paid. He warns the asking price is going to continue to go up and up and up. Mike, your thoughts on this?
It's one of those rare moments where Trey Essex says something coherent and intelligent.
I know you two guys go at it, so I wanted to grab a whole.
I have him blocked on my main account. Vanilla Thunder has not interacted with him yet. Yeah, but Trey, this is no shit, shit, Trey. Everyone who follows football and contracts knows the next guy is always going to get more. The next guy is going to get more, especially when they're all clustered in that same.
Is this to get taken care of by camp? Let me just.
It's fucking better because if it doesn't, the asking price is going to. I
agree.
It's going to go up, and if they don't, he's going to walk out the fucking door, and it's going to be the biggest mistake of this current regime's or current front office regime.
Like he gets taken care of this time. Maybe a little bit more than this time next month. I think he gets taken care of. I think Benton is the odd dog out at the end of the day. I think I don't think he gets his extension before camp, Mike. Me personally, I think it does because, again, very valid points. Somber says the longer we wait, the bigger the bag. Trey Essex says this. It's going to go up and up and up and up. This gets taken care of by the beginning of camp, in my opinion. I think Benton's the odd man out as far as extensions.
Yeah, and as he should be. No disrespect to him, but you're not considered being talked about in the top 5 of your position.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, and like Ben's the kind of guy that you replace.
He's being talked about moving on the line because he wasn't playing up to his potential in his position.
Yeah,
so
and he's one of those guys you can replace via free agency or the draft. You know how hard it is to get a lockdown top 10 corner, top 5 corner. It's fucking hard. You lock those guys up like it's hard to get a franchise quarterback and a franchise left tackle. You lock those guys up, and then you build around them. This is literally football 101.
Tyrone says, I think a few weeks will get paid. I agree with you, sir. Also, Mark Malone, hopefully his trade value goes up and up. Why don't you tell everybody about the website?
Oh, everyone head on over to the2dumyinzers.com. Take a look over there. Got some fun articles. We got all of our social media. And if you like, if that's your thing, we got the link to the merch store. So go check it out at the2dumyinzers.com.
Tyrone says, Mark, he's not getting traded. Get that out of your head. Of course, Ty is. Guys, let's get to the question of the day. The trivia of the day, Mike. This is about Darnell Washington. Darnell Washington, one of our main topics today. He even made the thumbnail, Mike. So it was only right to make the question of the day about my favorite Steeler, not all time, but right now for 100% sure. I love Mr. Washington. Guys, put on your thinking caps. Mike, put on your thinking cap. Everybody at home, it is time for the question of the day. All right. Darnell Washington, not complete seasons. Let me just say that. Here we go. Darnell Washington played in 3 seasons in both college and the pros. Not all 3 complete seasons, just putting that out there. You know this. He played 3 seasons in both college and the pros. Where did he have more touchdowns? In college or since he's been in the NFL? Question of the day. Darnell Washington played 3 seasons with both the Steelers and the Georgia Bulldogs. The question is, where did he score more touchdowns? Did he do it in the 3 years in Georgia, or has he done it in the 3 years with the Steelers? Again, the hint is this, Mike. They weren't all full seasons. Think about that. We're live 5 days a week right here, Monday through Friday, 11:30 a.m. to 3 o'clock p.m. right here on the tube.
On tube.
Let me go on the board here. That's not a okay. A couple. I'm going to get back to those in a second here. I'm seeing Georgia. Tyrone is saying Jello Donut, saying with the Steelers. Somber saying he's going to go with college, Mike. They loved him at Georgia. Now, with some votes out there, I'm going to give you the other hint. The difference is 1 touchdown. The difference is 1 touchdown. Again, guys. Darnell Washington played 3 seasons with both the Steelers and the Georgia Bulldogs. Where did he have more touchdowns, in college or the pros? The hint is this. It's only a 1 touchdown difference. See on the board. Oh, good Lord. Samba says LOL. Ty, Georgia, Donuts, Steelers. Mike, what is your thought process at this point?
I agree that it's Georgia. He was a man amongst boys down there. They did have a lot of weapons down there, but I remember watching some of those games, and like, who the hell is this big bastard out there? I'm gonna go with Georgia Bulldogs, my guy.
Don't stop it with that.
I'm sorry, I just got a text that said "my guy."
Listen, I want you. Whoever sent you that text, I want you to block them.
I can't. Someone I work with.
Good, even better reason.
I need to tell them when they work.
Well, maybe they'll listen. Once they get fired, they'll figure out to stop using the term "my guy." But anyway, let me go right. Jello Donut says they didn't love him enough at Georgia. I guess. LOL, guys. Again, the question of the day. The initial hint is this, Mike. The 3 seasons each were not full seasons by either team. Of course, Steelers, he's had injuries, working his way to playing field. Georgia, again, injuries. Some things happen, Mike. So again, that being known, the question of the day is this. Darnell Washington played in 3 seasons with both the Steelers and the Georgia Bulldogs. Where did he have more touchdowns? And the second hint is it's only a 1 touchdown difference. Mike is saying Georgia. A few different answers on the board. We'll give you another second or two before we give the answer. I'm going to grab a couple more messages up here. Let's go. Mark, he's not getting traded. Get that out of your head. Tyrone says, I don't know where you can even think that. Laughing my ass off to Mark. Mark Malone says this. We already replaced JPJ with Everett. Tyrone says that's not a replacement. Laugh my ass off. Not even close. I love Everett, but stop that. And then we get into some guesses, some answers here. Somber says I Googled the yards. So we do have Somber knows the answer, guys. Again, one more time, then we're going to give the answer. Darnell Washington played in 3 seasons in both the pros and in college, not full seasons. Where did he have more touchdowns? Was it with Pittsburgh or was it with the Georgia Bulldogs? And the other hint is it's only a 1 touchdown difference. Mike, you said that they in Georgia, this is where it was. Somber says, I still don't know the answer. I Googled the. Oh, gotcha. Guys, Darnell Washington scored 3 touchdowns in Georgia.
Ooh.
And 2 so far with the Steelers. So at Georgia, 3, in with Pittsburgh, and I think that number will certainly surpass his college numbers this season. Hopefully, they better. But that is the correct answer. Great job, guys, the Georgia Bulldogs. And I do want to say to GL Powerful 9810, welcome to the show. Welcome to the Terrible Board. Also did get it correct as well. He says the Bulldogs. Everyone said Georgia. Damn, I think so. I think initially somebody said Steelers, but they did. I was Jello. Okay, Jello. Yes. And there was a change. So everybody did get it right. Somber says this. He says, nice. Yeah, he had like 100 more yards in college than he has now as well. Great job, guys. Kind of Darnell Washington. I told Mike, he was asking, what are we doing on the thumbnail? I said, go Darnell Washington today. Because, again, Trey Essex talked about him. And, again, I know Mike and Trey, they kind of bumped heads. So I wanted to go that route today. I also do want to say what's up to my man Vegas popping in. Always great seeing Vegas all the way from Las Vegas in the house on the Terrible Board. My man, always great seeing you.
With Trey Essex, here's what I got into him with. He was bitching.
What's your problem?
He was bitching about, like, why the Steelers keep running this play? Why did they keep running this play? Why do they keep running this play? And then it was in the same game, and the Steelers hit a touchdown off of it by running a play action. And I was like, this is why they do it. You were in the league for how long if you don't understand play design and play concept and setting up a play? And then he's said something back, something stupid.
Mike, wasn't he on that line? Yes, it was a good team. They
were the worst offensive line ever.
But that line was coined the worst offensive line to go to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, my man got he has a Super Bowl ring the way Jawan Howard does. He was dragged to a fuck. Yeah, he was dragged to it. Yeah, you started on there, but dude, we had to find 5 warm bodies.
Like whose Super Bowl ring is more impressive, Trey Essex or Kenny Pickett's? You know what I mean?
It's Kenny Pickett's, because Trey Essex made Villanueva look competent. Okay, and 2 fucking turnstiles.
Vegas says, didn't we run the play 8 straight times versus the Bengals back when we had Bell at running back? I think so.
Yeah.
Jello says this. Jello says Antonio Brown would have hashtagged him saying CTESPN. Guys, a few things before we do get ready to wrap it up. We have just 88 days. 88 days, Lynn Swan days from the kickoff against the Atlanta Falcons on opening night for the Steelers, opening day here in the Berg, guys, at Acrisure Stadium. Baby, it's all we're that close. 88 days from kickoff, Mike, as we have camp next month. 2 weeks from now, we're going to be able to say we have camp this month at St. Vincent College in Latrobe, guys. It is getting so close, so fast. I love it. Vegas says, who's laughing now, O-line? Big Ben. Guys, just so much to be excited about, Mike. Again, we're just so close to so many things. I have a list here of things. I don't even know if I want to go through it again. Mike, we have Juneteenth on Friday. We have Father's Day on Sunday. We have summer starting this weekend. We are, Mike, July 5th is going to be the 1000th show. July 4th is the 250th birthday of our great nation. So much stuff, Mike. We have camp next month. We have 88 days till the season kicks off. Guys, this is going to be a good summer for everybody that is with Steeler Nation, Yinzers alike, guys. I know that everybody's chomping at the bit at this point. We watched this whole off season just really banging on every cylinder, Mike. Everything was really hitting. New coaching staff, draft here in Pittsburgh. We got through the OTAs, new coaching, so much stuff. I don't know anybody who's a Steeler fan that isn't excited about this year, and it is coming up fast, guys. Somber says, summer starts this weekend. Damn, my ball's been sweating for 2 months already. I couldn't agree with you more, my friend. Yes, the 20-something of this month is the official start of summer. It's either the 21st or the 22nd. It seems that it changes all the time, but anytime I question somebody, they say, no, it's the same every year. So I don't know. Don't go by me. Somber says 112 here yesterday. That is freaking crazy.
F that
in Los Angeles, and Vegas is saying 102 in Las Vegas. Pittsburgh has been mild over the past few days. This week so far, Mike, has only been in the 70s, so not much complaints one way or the other. Mike, your thoughts today's show?
If Darnell Washington doesn't get 14 touchdowns this year in 2,577 yards, I'm going to be extremely disappointed, guys. You guys have hyped me up for it. But no, seriously, no. I hope Darnell has a great year this year. But like we said, man, there's so many mouths to feed on this offense. I think he's going to have a really good year. 5-6 touchdowns, maybe. I think that's fair to say, just because of how many guys there are on there. I think he's have a good year. Like Rico, I think his numbers are going to drop from what he had in Carolina, but here it's because he's going to have to share the load with Jalen Warren and stuff like that, man. But this offense, this whole team, like I said, man, you and I have been talking about it for 4 years. You can see that this was the ultimate end goal. This roster right here. Yeah, we thought we would have our young stud quarterback that probably had like 2-3 years under his belt at this point. But oh well, we got old man Rodgers out there. We got the wily vet. This team is ready to explode, and I think Washington and Rico are going to be two key components of that.
I agree. I agree, Mike. Very, very excited about everything to come. Great show as always. Let's talk about a few things before we do get ready to wrap it up. You're going to need maybe a little bit of alcohol to get you through this Pirates season, Mike, as the Pittsburgh Pirates are back at it tonight. But let me jump to the Duquesne Pilsner. If you do need something to talk yourself down off the ledge after following the Pirates, try some Duquesne Pilsner, guys. Delicious beer, now available in 6 and 12 packs at John Eagle. Also, wherever cases are sold, people at Duquesne Pilsner are fantastic people that always help us with promotions and other things like this. So we ask to show them some love back. Stop by, get yourself some Duquesne Pilsner. Perhaps you're not a big drinker. That's fine. Go check them out on social media. Hit the follow, hit the like, all that kind of stuff. It will certainly help them guys out. They deserve it, Mike. We always have Duquesne Pilsner here at the studio on tap for any event that does come along, made right here in Pittsburgh. Mike, it says on the can, grab a Duke.
Grab a Duke.
Also, do check us out as well. If you are checking out Duquesne Pilsner on the social media, you can find us at Facebook, X formerly known as Twitter, Instagram, Threads, even TikTok. Swing by and hit the follow button. Keep up with what's going on with the two Dum Yinzers on a day-to-day basis. And also, Mike, if you haven't had the chance yet, and everybody also, you could hit the like button down below. That would be big for us. The like, the sub, the share, the comment, guys. It all helps in the algorithm, guys. We really do appreciate it. Thank you. Let me grab a couple messages here, Mike. I do want to see Jello Donut says, yikes, of course, with the temperatures. Tyrone, great show, you bastards. We thank you, my dear friend Tyrone. We appreciate you so much. Also, I do want to say thank you to Vegas. He says over under 40 catches for the big business decision at Mount Washington. I say 40 is probably a little high because, again, I don't think it's because of his talent or lack thereof. I think it's less than 40 because there's a lot of mouths to feed to replicate the same term that's been being used. I think Pittman, I think Bernard, Roman Wilson, even if he gets a bump this year, is certainly going to be big. DK Metcalf. Then you can't forget about Pat Fryermuth, running backs out of the backfield catching passes. So, again, 40 is probably a little high for the tight end on his team right now. Do I think he can certainly get 40? I certainly do think he could get 40. I just don't know if this is the kind of offense that he's going to do that in. Vegas says, who decided 6 and 12 packs would be a thing? I don't know. That's a good question. That is a very good question, Vegas. Mike, but let me say a few other things before we do get ready to take off for the day. We'll be back tomorrow to get into so much more as Mike McCarthy Rookie School wraps up this week, wraps up today, as a matter of fact. And this means, guys, people will go different directions. Some kids are going to go home. Some kids are going to go to work with the folks in Wisconsin, the fine folks over there, TJ Watt, Nick Herbig. A lot of different things going on with our Steelers right now. But the next big date that we're looking forward to, of course, is July 27. Mike, July 27. Is it 27 or is it 28?
I think 28 is report day.
28 they report. 29 is when camp starts. So, guys, that's the next big date. August 3rd will be first full day of pads. I think the 8th is going to be Saturday Night Lights, and then again they wrap up camp in St. Vincent College in Latrobe on the 17th of August, which will coincide with the preseason schedule. So much, guys. We're really, really close. We can't, Mike. Again, it felt like it was just yesterday. We were counting down the days. We can't wait to get to the draft. We can't wait to get to the draft. We can't wait to get to the draft.
Yes.
So, Mike, less than 2 weeks from now, we're going to be saying Steeler camp in Latrobe this month. We'll be saying that in 2 weeks. So, guys, it's really coming. It's really coming up fast, Mike.
Yeah, I can taste it. See, the lead up to the draft, at least there's fun stuff for me, like, looking into the prospects and shit like that, and all the mock drafts This right here, this is the dead period. This is where I get antsy
Yeah.
because there ain't nothing going on. No one is fucking. There's nothing happening unless Omar cooks and does a surprise move.
I mean, it's possible.
It's
not out of the
surprising.
question.
I can't. Oh, I can't wait for training camp to get here because this is the dry period for me, man. This is a long.
Does that mean today,
Desert.
Mike, being Wednesday, that it's a dry hump period?
It could be.
All right, I'm just saying. I just had to ask. I had to ask. If I didn't, I would I would kick myself the rest of the day. Let me grab a couple more messages, and we are going to get ready to take off for the day. Somber says, "I can't wait until they bring Riley in the block, and Aaron rips one up the seam to him. Let McCarthy cook, baby." I agree. Always great hearing from Somber. Vegas says, "Will anybody get arrested before camp starts?" You know what? As long as it's guys from other teams, because they, it pops up everywhere. That's fine. Let people do their thing. Let them get arrested as long as it's not our squad. Somber says, "Yeah, this is the time of year when the media starts whipping up total BS." Absolutely, 100%. Somber says, "Stay frosty, my man. You as well out in California. Again, well up over 100 degrees yesterday. Hope it gets a little bit more comfortable for you and Vegas out west. Like a lot of heat." Obviously going on out that way.
Real quick, with the Somber saying stay frosty, me and a buddy of mine, we used to game with these couple of guys, and one of them was in the Army for he was still in the Army. He was in for 20 years. And we would always just say, stay frosty. And he'd be like, Jesus Christ, guys, I hate that. So every match would start, stay frosty, stay frosty, stay frosty, stay frosty, my guy. So every time I hear someone stay frosty, I just giggle on the inside.
All right, there you go. If you
I know somewhere, Sentinel Prime is twitching.
All right. I do also have to say this. I want to say thank you so much to everybody for coming and hanging out and checking us out today. We appreciate each and every one of you. We truly, honestly do. Yeah. We wouldn't do it without you guys and gals. Thank you so much for everything. I want to say thank you to the board. The board keeps the show going, Mike. It is the lifeblood. It always keeps things interesting. And we want to say thank you guys to the board. You are the best. And everybody that's at home, maybe listening, watching, maybe you're in the bathroom at work watching the show, whatever the case may be, thank you too. Pittsburgh Pirates back at it tonight, Mike, as they go into the rubber match against the A's to try to win this series to get back on a winning series. They lose 3 series in a row. 2 it was totally expected. The third one with Miami, not so much. If they lose this one to the A's, Mike, it's not looking good. The free fall could be on. But, Mike, that is 9:40 tonight, game 3 of this series with the Oakland A's. It is tied 1-1 at the moment. But we will be back tomorrow to get into that and so much more. Again, as rookie school wraps up today, as the Pirates wrap up the series with the A's, and so much more. We hope to see everybody back then. Mike, I'm going to swing around to you one more time. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
Have a good day, everyone.
All right, guys, we thank you so much. Again, we hope to see everybody back tomorrow. Guys, we love y'all. We can't tell you anymore how much we do appreciate you. You absolutely are the best. Let me see one more real quick before we go. Vegas says, as soon as he said he hated Stay Frosty, y'all used it even more. What was he thinking, complaining to his friends?
My man, he was the first time we did it, he was like, the 50th time, he's like, you motherfuckers.
Guys are great, baby. I hope to see everybody back tomorrow. This is the 2 Dum Yinzers, for Finch, for Derpy, for Mike, for Chop, for RB, myself. Everybody, peace and love, peace and love, peace and love. Have a great hump day, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.